That makes more sense. It makes more sense why I'm not seeing any responses. What's up, everyone? Good to see you. Hey, vegan soda lady here. Yeah, I was muted. Anyway, as you can see, the advocate. So, you see something different here. You still can't hear me? Still no sound? Oh, right. You guys are delayed. I forgot. Well, I don't know how far it is. Okay, good. Okay. It was just the button then. Anyway, so as you can see, there's some newness down here. And my partner is a software developer, and he developed this game called Tiny Advocates. So as you type your character, well, you'll have a random avatar that pops up with your name on it. Oh no, is it adding all? I don't know. It does look like that, yes. There's some kinks that we're working out, but it's still fun. So when you become a member, it's supposed to be only for the raw tofu munchers. They'll be in the little car, and as we go on, there might be things you'll be able to do. Like we've been trying to play with, or Ian, I should say. I haven't been doing this. Ian's been playing with effects like fireworks, and as you can see when you talk, there's a little bubble that pops up above your head to indicate that you're talking. And eventually there will be things like little stickers. Here, I'll show you. So here's hearts. We've also got snow, which takes a minute to come down, but it starts from the top. And then there's also, here's the fireworks. Fireworks! Yes. All right. So yeah, working on those. But we'll get it all straightened out. For now, just have fun. It exists there. Hopefully it'll become something that'll be more interactive, but for now it's just going to be like a random avatar. But yeah, welcome everybody. It's good to see y'all. I see someone say, you claim vegan as you're on a phone computer made of animal products for your amusement. Okay, so when I order a phone, when I demand a phone, I'm not demanding animal products be used. But if we were to be, if we had more options, right? It's not like an advertised point of the product, right? We can actually switch out all the animal products that they use with synthetics or some alternative. It's just that there's an incentive to use animal byproducts because there's so much of it, so much waste. So they try to find places to put it, but it's building up. And honestly, we can't even keep up. So if we just stop using animals, we could use alternatives on our phones. Most companies are actually trying to use synthetics, so it's less common to even use animal fats. Thank you, Annick. It's good to see you. Thank you for the kind words. Good luck to you. You know, I know you do outreach every once in a while, so good luck to you as well. Good luck to, maybe the meals you're making. She always make delicious food. Yes, Jake is streaming. In fact, that's why I was kind of late. I was still watching his stream at the Capitol. You can barely hear what's being said, so I was watching another Damn Vegans stream as well, because you can hear what they're saying a little better. But yeah, like what heroes to go there and try to rescue those dogs, and they're doing everything they can to get those dogs out of Ridgeland Farms. If you don't know, Ridgeland Farms is a farm that breeds beagles for the sake of testing on them, and they test on the dogs directly as well. A judge said that they've committed too many violations, so they have to close the company in July, but they're allowed to keep testing on the dogs themselves until then. They can't sell dogs, they can't breed more dogs, but they can keep testing on the dogs they have. So the animal rights activists this whole weekend were trying to rescue those dogs, and were met with brutality from the local police, who are now actually showing that they're embarrassed of their actions because they're like trying to make up for it the next day by being peaceful, wishing the activists a good day, wearing little white flowers. Like, no, you showed your true colors the day before. You're here only to protect some corporation's property, and these individuals, these activists were there to rescue those sentient beagles that deserve a free life. Those dogs, by the way, kept in wire cages stacked on top of each other for years, literally years, some of them a decade, if not more, in these cages. They go nuts. They start to spin around because they're just losing their minds being stuck in a cage for years. So it was really upsetting to see the police brutalize peaceful protesters that were going to rescue these poor beagles. Like another example of the torture these dogs went through. It's common for beagles to get an infection in their gland in their eye if they're, messing around with unsanitary conditions. And the Ridgeland Farms would use unsanitized scissors to cut out the cherries out of their eyes, the infection. It was just a swollen gland. Unsanitized scissors, no anesthetic. And then they would just throw the beagles back into their cage. Terrible. So if you can, go support, it's a savethedogs.io. You can also go check out Jake Latigara. Oh my God, I just butchered his name like crazy. Jake Lagatara, and also Another Damn Vegan. Trying to think who else might be on the floor right now, but you can go check out their lives. There's also Unchained TV is also covering it. Yeah. So the thing is, if you feel like those beagles should be rescued from that torture, and they should, if you feel that way, ask yourself why, if you're not vegan, why are you demanding other animals go through these similar situations? Because they don't have to either. As far as like testing on beagles, we have alternative methods that are actually more reliable. And a lot of the times this is just to check a box. It's not even a necessary thing to do this to the beagles. Same thing for chickens, pigs, cows, fish, goats, turkeys, etc. If it's wrong to breed someone into existence just to use them, then we should all be vegan. Ian's got it all zoomed in so you can see all these characters. Although we do have some in there that are not members, I see. You get a little taste of the game today. It's not quite a game yet. It's more of just a visual, but it's kind of fun. Thank you, Lambretta, Jake Lagatara. And then let me actually, seeing your comment reminded me to grab the link. Awesome. So YouTube, here's the link to TikTok. Actually. Okay, oops. Tight quarters over here. All right, I've pinned the message, so you should be able to always find the link to come up and ask questions. I see you, Mr. Pruss. I just want to quickly go over my background. Why aren't you vegan yet? Veganism is an ethical stance against the exploitation of sentient beings. I don't want to demand someone's slavery. If I can avoid so, I will. 18 and older only. And then below that are my resources, antianimaluse.org. It's just a collection of resources we've pulled together. We do have some documentaries you can watch, a 3-minute film. Next to it is the full film. I ask if at minimum you can't watch the full film, which is really pathetic. It's really pathetic. Everyone should. If you're not vegan, you should watch Dominion. Okay, you can find it free on YouTube. Like I said, you can go to my resource, click on See What I Fund, and it'll take you right to the documentaries. If you can't do 2 hours, but you want to see, you are trying to reveal the truth to yourself, that 3-minute film is right there. And just ask yourself, do I really want to give my money to those people? What it shows is what is inherent in using animals. This is just the inevitable, what's going to happen. These are legal actions. And if you think about it critically, if you take a someone and make them a something, their welfare doesn't matter anymore. It's about getting a product to the shelf, right? So if someone is being resilient or stubborn or they don't want to do what you want to do, those workers who are underpaid and overworked are going to start being rough with the products. It's just inevitable. It's the way it goes. And what we need to do is change our mindset, recognize the sentience in that individual, because then the welfare comes back. We understand when we know that someone feels, you're not supposed to kick them. You're not supposed to beat them. You're not supposed to stick them with sharp objects. So with that, Mr. Pruss, you've been very patient. Are you over 18? Okay. Why aren't you vegan yet?
Yes. Yeah, I believe that I have a
Why
justification
aren't you
for not
vegan
being
yet?
vegan. Yes. Okay. So, are you familiar with an account called? Well, I guess I shouldn't say account. I should say a view called phenomenal
No.
conservatism.
Why aren't you vegan?
It's going to be in virtue of this view. So, if you need me to
I just
briefly
want you to
explain that,
tell
I
me why
can.
you're not vegan. It shouldn't be that hard.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Well, according to phenomenal conservatism, I would have a justification for believing that animals can be eaten. And premise two would be, since phenomenal conservatism
I
is
don't know what that
true,
is. Please break
therefore
it down. What
it
is
follows
it?
that I do have
I
that.
don't want to sit here for 20
Well,
minutes, so if you can spit it
okay,
out in
yeah, that's
five
what I
minutes,
want to
that'd be
explain.
great, or even less. Because I'm not here to be taught a lesson. I'm here to know why
Yeah,
you think it's okay for you to put your hands on someone else's autonomy and use their body non-consensually for your sensory pleasure.
yes, correct. Okay, so phenomenal conservatism, the only thesis is that it states that if it seems to be the case that something is true, then in the absence of defeaters, we have
We have
some
evidence that
justification for
animals are
believing that it's
sentient.
true.
They
So
care about what happens to themselves.
I
Okay,
never
so why
negated I
is
never
it that
negated
you get
that.
to do what you want to others that care about what's going to happen to themselves?
Yeah, sure. So it seems to be the case that animals
I'm
have
not
an
going to talk to someone who's just yapping. I'm doing great. Is
How are you
it
doing?
Gary? Gary. Oh, just Gary. Okay.
Gary?
Lovely to meet you, Gary. You over 18? Cool. Why aren't you vegan?
Yes. Realistically, like, not to hurt anyone's feelings, I just do not give like two
Okay.
craps about animals and their rights.
Do you
Just
care
to
about
be
all
fair,
humans? Do you
I'm not
care
gonna
about
lie and
100% of
sugarcoat it.
humans?
I truly, as bad as it sounds, I do not care about like general human rights and
Well, if you don't
stuff
believe in
like
human
that.
rights, we're going to move on. That's kind of pointless conversation. Hey, Invader, are you over 18? Okay, why aren't you vegan?
I am, yes.
Okay.
Because I like
so it's
eating
just
meat.
about the taste pleasure.
Yeah, it's just
Do
about my
you
preference
recognize
for it, I
that
guess.
other animals are sentient, meaning they're having their own subjective experience and they have their own experience of emotions?
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
So, what is it you think you need from animals? Oh,
I
okay. So
didn't
it's
say I
just taste
needed
pleasure
anything.
purely. So, what is it about animals that makes it okay to use them?
It's
I
just
heard you.
preference.
It's
It's my
preference.
preference.
So, what is it that makes it okay to do this
It's my
to other
preference.
animals and
Yeah.
not humans? Let's say I have a preference for human flesh.
Yeah, I don't consider the same moral, or
Oh,
I
that's
don't
great.
give the
I'm
same
not
moral
you, though.
consideration
Do
to
you think
animals
it's
that I do
moral for
humans.
me to start a human farm?
Weren't you asking?
I know,
I'm
I'm
not asking
asking
about you.
you
You were
your
asking
moral
about me.
framework. Do you think it's moral if I was to farm humans because I have a preference for their flesh?
Yeah.
Right, I agree. Why?
No. No.
I agree.
That's not
Why is
moral.
it immoral?
Because I give
Oh, there
moral
must be a
consideration to
delay
humans,
because
not
we keep
animals.
talking over each other.
That's
I
my
heard that it's your
preference.
preference. I'm asking you, yeah, I'm
Maybe it's a
asking
little bit
you,
delay.
do you
Mhm.
find it moral that I'm taking the actions to farm humans? You find it moral
I do, yes.
or immoral?
I'm sorry,
Okay,
immoral.
okay.
It's immoral
I
to
agree
farm
with
humans,
you.
not
Can
animals.
you tell me why it's immoral to farm humans?
Mhm. Yes, because of my moral standards, I give moral consideration to
Why should
humans,
I
not
not
animals.
farm humans, in your opinion?
Well, you're
Yep,
asking
I'm
about
asking
my moral
you if you're
standards. If I'm
watching
applying
me.
my moral
We
standard
live
to
with
you, I
each
just
other.
explained to
We
you
live
where
with
I
each
get
other,
my
right?
moral
We live on
standard
the same
from.
ball. Do you
Hmm.
think that that's how we should treat each other? That I have a preference for someone's flesh, so I'm
Yep.
going to farm them. And my particular preference is human. Is that moral in your opinion?
Well, where do you get morals from?
I'm asking
Where
you
do
a
you get your
question.
morals
Can you
from?
answer? If you can't answer it, we'll just
Yeah,
move
well, where do you
on.
get your morals from?
Why is it immoral, in your opinion,
Yeah.
if you
Well, I am
okay.
answering. I'm
The delay is
okay.
killing me.
Yeah, but see, the problem is here. I'm gonna answer you. I'm gonna answer you. I'm gonna answer you here. I'm gonna answer you. So again, my moral preference or my
I'm
moral
not
standard
asking
comes from
about
my
where you get your
preferences. So
morals
unless
from,
you can give me
Invader.
a
You're
reason why
changing the
that's wrong,
question.
it will
You're
always
changing
come
the
to my
question. I'm asking why,
It's my
why,
preference.
Invader,
Everything is
okay.
my preference, so that's my
You can't
answer
understand what we're talking about clearly.
because it's my preference.
I want to
Because it's
know
my
why you think it's immoral for me to farm animals. I don't have your values, right? I'm not you. Would you be okay with me doing that? I would hope not. I would hope you would say, hey, those humans care about what's happening to themselves. You don't have rights over their autonomy. That's what the answer is. People that wishy-washy on human slavery make me sick. I did see a couple of hellos, by the way. Pandoria, hey, what's up? Good to see you. I don't know if I saw a few others, but it's good to see Lewis. I see you, Lambretta, Anique. We were talking earlier. Is there anybody I missed? I might have missed somebody. It's just good to see everybody. I'm sorry if I missed you. Oh, there's Axel. Hey, Axel. You're streaming both. That's funny, both Jake and another vegan. Yeah, I was doing the same thing. I was kind of flipping. Actually, I had them both playing because another damn vegan's closer to the speaker, so you can hear what they're talking about. And I also wanted to hear just what Jake's talking about. So, yeah, awesome. Yeah, I hope that they're successful in saving those dogs because they're experiencing a lot of torture. And honestly, I hope it sets that precedence that we can start saving other animals because that's really the goal. You know, if someone's suffering, you should be able to save them. I love the fireworks and the hearts. Everything is just so much fun. This is all part of that, the Tiny Advocates. So, all the little fun effects. All right. Mary, I'm going to bring you up. Oh, I guess Mary's not here. Or Mary, it's just not working, I guess. I'm sorry. Oh, what's up, Lori? Hi, Lori. It's good to see you. Hey,
girl.
Winter, hold on one second. Oh, I just wanted to say hello. It's good to see you.
Oh, okay.
Yay!
Picked him up here.
All right,
Yay!
Winter Wanderer. I appreciate your patience. Are you over 18? Hi. Are you over? Okay. Cool.
Hello. Yeah.
Why aren't you vegan yet?
I think I have a taste bud issue. Things don't taste as they should. Fruit and vegetables they just taste really
if you
gross.
didn't have that, would you think that you need to be vegan? Like it's a moral obligation?
I think if I didn't have such a bad experience eating those foods, it would have shaped my experiences in childhood and
Well, I'm
changed
asking you
my
right
opinion now.
Like, let's say,
Because
poof,
right now,
magically it goes away.
right,
Would you think that it's a moral obligation to live vegan?
if I needed to be, if I could enjoy the food properly, then morally,
So you do find it to be a
objectively,
moral
yes.
obligation that those that don't have your condition should live vegan. What does that mean?
When they can, mostly.
Because of course I mean when you can. I mean when you
What would that be?
literally can, not just when you have a preference for it. Oh, what
When
is
you
so
can afford
expensive?
it is the first thing I was thinking. Well, I live in Canada, so it's kind of like
What
a
vegan
whole thing.
foods
It's
are
really
expensive?
expensive, all the groceries here. Well,
Okay, so why would you
I
say
don't
that
know,
it's expensive?
specific vegan food. Because produce here is
So
really
you only
expensive.
eat
That's what I'm
animals?
basing it off of.
What do you eat right
Well,
now?
I don't know what all. I eat a lot of
So
pasta
just
and meat,
pasta and meat. That's it?
some fruit,
Spices are plants?
spices. It's a pretty.
Okay.
They are like I do have some fruits and vegetables that I can eat, like corn, peas. Those are fine.
Well, let me ask you,
Bananas.
let's say that you're the victim and your oppressor's like, well, I just have these sensory, obstacles that I struggle to overcome. So I'm gonna keep using you because I don't want to muscle past something else or practice eating something else or find something else to eat. Would you find that fair?
Well, as a
Right.
person, I
Because you
wouldn't
care
find it
about what
fair.
happens to yourself. What
But
if you didn't
in
have
like the
sapience? So you're not really aware of your surroundings, but you still care about what happens to yourself. You want to stay safe and avoid harm. Would you find it fair then for someone who has sensory issues to use you because of those sensory issues?
well, do I
Yeah,
have
cows, pigs, and
cognition in
chickens are
addition to
cognizant. They're
sapiens?
very aware, actually. Do you find it fair?
I know well,
Exactly.
obviously not, but this is a bit of a
How
leading
is it
it's a bit of a
leading?
leading question. There's one answer here.
Of
Because
course,
there's
yeah,
one
because you
answer.
don't want to be used. Why do you think it's different for them?
Well, I think what's being forgotten here is that even though I don't want to be used, we exist
Okay,
inside a
would you
system
accept
in which
that as the
using
excuse from
happens.
your oppressor? Would you
It's
accept
not an
that
excuse.
talking point from your oppressor? So
I
you're
wouldn't be
okay with
given the
it? You would just
choice.
say, it is what it is. I guess that's moral? Right.
No, I wouldn't be okay with it. I just wouldn't be
I'm
given the
not
choice.
trying to tell you what is or isn't. I'm saying what should be. What would you prefer? I'm not
Well, what
talking about what is. This is called the
is that it would
is-ought
happen
fallacy.
to
Just because something is doesn't mean that's how it should be. Do you think you should be used because someone has
No,
a sensory issue? So why do,
no,
but
but
that
I could
doesn't
be.
matter. You keep
That's what
going
I'm
back to the
saying.
is-ought fallacy. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say that? Oh,
I
okay.
think
Do you
we
want me
might
to
be
drop you? Maybe you're
misunderstanding.
not
Could you
equipped.
explain? I think we just are having a
I think,
fundamental
yes, you are
misunderstanding.
misunderstanding. I'm asking you about your moral system. And it sounds like you do have vegan values in that you care about yourself. You don't think that you should be exploited. I would have gone further to ask you, do you think we should exploit other humans for your sensory pleasures? Like, what if I had a sensory thing that I could only eat human flesh? Should we just start farming humans because I can't swallow a tomato? I mean, honestly, part of me is just like, suck it up because you get to live another day. The other animals don't. They lose their family. They lose their autonomy. They're literally raped to make more animals. So for you to come up here and say that it's okay to use them, it's okay to take babies, cut them open and lick them because I have sensory issues is really pathetic. If you do care about animals, I do understand that ARFID exists. And I understand that it's almost this response that you can't control. But if you don't want to use animals, you'll find a way. You'll try different things. You won't go on vegan panels and go, hey, look, I have an excuse to abuse babies. You won't do that. In fact, you should feel ashamed. When a vegan has to cross their principles in order to survive or to save someone, they don't like it and they don't brag about it to other people. So, yeah, I think you need to look at your priorities and ask yourself, what do you want to support? And also, when I asked you, do you think other people should live vegan after learning that they don't have your condition? You're like, oh, well, if they can afford it. And then I had to ask you, what's so expensive that vegans eat? You couldn't even answer me. So I get the feeling you've gone on Google and just looked up a list and don't actually have ARFID. Yeah. Rockers. Hey, are you over 18?
Yo.
Well,
Yeah,
if you're not
sure.
over 18, I don't want you up here. Brookhaven, are you over 18? Why aren't
Yes,
you
I'm
vegan yet?
22. I mean, if you can explain, like, I guess, the moral value that, I guess, animals have, I mean, that humans have that, I guess, animals have too. Like, do you
Oh,
think
I
we're in the
think each
same
human
level
has a
as
different
them?
value system. I think some humans value other animals over humans. I think some humans value their close relatives over other humans, right? A value system isn't a way to know who we should respect. It's just who we care about the most. What I'm talking about is at bare minimum, not
Yeah, so
exploiting someone out of your convenience because they care about what happens to themselves.
yeah, so would you step on like
See, this is a
tenants or
value
on a
system.
lot
Do
of
you understand
humans?
what I'm talking about when I say I'm not talking about a value system? I value my grandma over your grandma. Does that mean I get to exploit your grandma? I value my partner
Okay,
over
but I'm just
you.
asking
Does
like a
that mean I
simple
get to
question.
exploit you because I don't value you?
That would just be
How
kind
is
of
that
like
a
a
false
false
analogy?
analogy. Like
You are the one making,
this,
if you're looking at a
yeah, because
fire,
that's
right,
nothing.
and there's two individuals in there, there's my grandma and your grandma, who are you saving?
This has nothing to do with like what we're talking about.
You know, if you're
I
going to
asked
bring
you
this
like,
up and not
would
understand
you?
what you're talking about, it just shows me you're not equipped to talk. You're just up here to play debate. I would like to actually talk to real people. My goodness. Berber boy, are you over 18? I
Yep.
don't trust that answer. Why aren't you vegan yet?
Just never wanted to be honest.
What
Like,
do you mean you
felt no
felt no
need.
need? What is veganism?
Just like, well, the way you've been explaining it, you just don't exploit
Yeah,
animals, you
but
don't use their
why?
products, don't eat them, this and that. I don't know. You tell me. I'm not you.
So, veganism is an ethical stance against the exploitation of other beings. Kind of like being an abolitionist in 1800s America being against human slavery.
Well, I think that's a
Oh,
pretty
oh,
big
oh,
jump
oh, are
between
you so
slavery
surprised?
and eating
What's the morally
animals.
relevant difference? Humans are
Well, one's an
animals.
animal, one is a living human being.
Humans
We're
are
top of the food
animals,
chain
and
for a
we're not the
reason.
top of the food chain. You clearly don't know what the food chain is. What
So,
is the
right, who's
food
top of the
chain?
food
Let's
chain then?
start there.
No,
Lions,
who is?
carnivores. You're
I
not a
got no, because you said we're
carnivore.
not top of the food
Do
chain.
you
So, who's top
understand
of the
what the
food
food
chain?
chain is now?
Humans are omnivores.
Wow. Is everyone
Humans are
on a
omnivores.
huge delay? Like, good God. Okay. The food chain is actually the just shows you the movement of energy in a given system. It's actually something we teach elementary school kids because it's a really simplified version of eco webs. So it just shows you the transfer of energy. When you have the grass that's absorbing all the sun, right? That's the primary, or then, sorry, that's the I can't remember the word. It's the initial consumer. Then you have the primary consumer, the herbivores that eat the grass. Then you have the omnivores, then the carnivores. That's the pyramid. Humans are not at the top, they're more around the bottom with shrimp. Okay, we're omnivorous. And it doesn't even matter because all that shows is that it's a waste of energy. Every time you take a step up on that ladder, you literally lose 90% of the energy that went into the individual below. So when you consume a pig or a cow or a fish, it took 9 times the energy to get that 1% energy that you got from it. So it's just a waste of energy is all that shows you. Your food chain. It's not about power, it's about the transfer of energy. Is that all you had? Is just that we're superior? I mean, let's steel man you. Let's say humans are superior in some way. Why does that justify violating someone? Do you think someone in power has the right to violate others? That's what I thought. People crack me up. If you guys, oh, go ahead, Lori. I didn't see you there.
No, it's so crazy.
Yeah, right.
Up this morning.
I,
Got that thing at the bottom moving, so
oh
your
yeah.
screen won't
Oh yeah.
go
So I'll go over
cuckoo.
that again because there's more people in here. So I'm sure you guys have seen there's this different thing going on here, and we wanted to offer
Yeah.
something to our members on YouTube because TikTok has all these fun stickers, you know, and you can't really do as much fun stuff over there. So we're trying to allow members to wander around the car right there, and sometimes, I mean, I'm sure you can notice the background is actually moving. There you go. You can zoom in. And we're all just random avatars, different animals. We're hoping to get it eventually to where you can curate your avatar and be able to even like maybe emote or do some kind of interaction. But yeah, for now it's just your name sliding by. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Ian, my partner, made this and he did a really good job. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it's just kind of fun. Oh, it's good. Let's see. I'm going to take a quick blink at my chat real quick. How's everyone doing? Talk about systematic change, not individual change. Have a convo on the real change. So we can't, as one person, I can't make systematic change, right? I can only take care of myself. And that's how every rights movement has ever been. It's always been one person at a time. So that's why I'm here. I'm out here talking to people. I do find that the average Joe does actually agree with me that we shouldn't exploit others when we can avoid doing so. And they themselves wouldn't want to be exploited. They want to live in a world where no one, that's not how we interact with each other. We don't exploit each other. The only ones that I really do have problems with are people that are just trolls or children, like people that are moral patients because they don't necessarily understand what's right and wrong yet. They just do things because they get a reaction out of people and they think it's funny. So, yeah, I'm trying to talk to moral agents, those that do understand there are consequences to their actions, that they take responsibility for their actions. That they, for example, would find it immoral for someone to kick a dog for fun. That's exactly veganism. It's saying, I don't care what benefits you're getting out of kicking that dog. That dog is having an experience and that matters way more than the benefits you're getting. So stop kicking the dog. Go kick rocks, right? Go kick a tree. Those things don't feel or make preferences. Let's see, anything else? I don't know what's an opinion or a fact to say. Can you give me a study that proves being vegan is good for our bodies as well as the circle of life? Circle of life. What is this, the Disney movie? Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a Disney song.
There's
Come on.
thousands of studies that show you this. I would just point you to the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics because they have like the plethora of studies. But you can find so many, but they definitely have a good accruement of like thousands of studies that they've looked at how your diet affects your health. And as long as you're getting all your needed nutrition, it's a healthy diet. It can even reverse a lot of our ailments or prevent a lot of our ailments that humans are dying from. So go look up the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, the largest body of nutrition and dietitians that came together, and they formed an opinion based off of the science. All right. Wyan? Is it supposed to be like Wayne with an accent? Wayne? Hi.
Hi there. My name is
Oh, I'm
Vian.
so
It's a
sorry.
South
Wow, I
African name.
butchered it then. Say it one more time.
No,
So
you're
I
fine.
don't
You're
mess it up
fine.
again. Vian. Beautiful.
Vian, yes. Well, I'm a farmer, and honestly, I really like the taste of meat, and I feel like animals are bred nowadays to
Okay.
be consumed. For example, pigs, cows, sheep, everything. Like, for example, wool. Sheep didn't just have wool;
They
they
had
were
wool.
bred to get more wool.
Yeah,
But they were
exactly.
bred
They
to
were
give
bred to
more.
have more wrinkly skin, produce more, and never shed. Yes, that's a
Yeah,
handicap if
so
you
I
ask
feel like
me.
animals were made. Well, I feel like humans made it so that animals could
I
be
agree.
consumed and used. I didn't say it's right or.
Oh, I can't hear you at all. Something happened. You totally cut out. Barely, just
Can you hear me
barely.
now? Sorry.
Okay,
I just wanna do this real
perfect. That's
quick.
actually even better.
So yeah, as you can see, I'm a farmer.
I don't
Well,
want
I
to see
just
your
work for
camera.
a farmer,
I
but
appreciate that you're trying to show your work and that you're being honest. That's okay. I
I
just don't want people to
apologize.
have a habit of turning their cameras on because some people like to show me their flesh, and I'm not a fan. It's okay.
Sorry about that. But yeah, like for example, I'm a spray guy, so I take care of
Mm-hmm.
weeds, pests, stuff like that. And even if you take out the spray rig, for example, a tractor that plants, if there's a rabbit or something in front of him, not everyone slows down or stops or anything.
Yeah.
They just run them over.
Okay.
If
All right.
there's
I
insects
need
and
you to
stuff
slow
in the
down because we're
field, they
starting
get
to go
run
over
over.
multiple things, right? You talked about animals being bred for a purpose, and now you're going into crop deaths. So let me address the first one, and then we'll move into crop deaths. So first off, someone being bred into existence for a purpose, does that mean that it's okay to use them for that purpose without their consent being considered?
Well, if the I don't see it. I'm sorry, but I don't see an animal
There was a
as
time,
a person, or
yeah, I hear you.
know they're
There was
alive.
a time when we had human slaves that were not considered persons, right? They literally bred them for a purpose, literally bred human beings, and they put a purpose on them. So because someone, I am sure we agree humans at least are someone's, because someone was bred with a purpose, does that mean it's okay for me to use that person for that purpose without considering their consent?
As a
Okay, that's
person,
fine.
no, but
What is it
animals,
then?
I don't feel
What
like
is it in your
animals are
mind
like
that
that.
makes it okay to do this to them, the other animals, but not okay to do to other humans?
I apologize, my
Yeah.
English isn't the best. Can you
What
just rephrase that?
quality or trait do humans have? 100% of humans, what do they have that animals don't?
I feel like we're more
100% of us?
intelligent than animals. We have. Well, there's some
I
people out
agree.
there
I
that
agree.
aren't, but
So those people
we don't talk
that
about
aren't to the
that.
same cognition as you and I, should we exploit them? I agree. So then what is
No.
it that is different between other animals and 100% of humans that makes it okay to farm animals, but not okay to farm humans? What's that difference that justifies the difference in treatment?
Because
So it
humans are
comes down to
humans and animals are
DNA.
animals.
Okay, so do you do
I
DNA
guess,
tests
yeah.
on everyone you meet to make sure you're respecting a human and not someone else? Okay, so
No,
what if
because I can see
someone
it's a
was
human.
born with a mutation that they're no longer classified as human, but they look and act like us?
I doubt they'll ever not
Do
be
you know what
classified as a
evolution
human. I
is?
doubt that very more.
Do you think that we've always
Yeah, but
been?
I don't
Do you
believe
think
we
we've
came from
always
monkeys or
been
something.
humans? We've always been humans?
Yes.
Are you religious? Is that why?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you don't believe in evolution?
Yes, ma'am. No, I don't believe that we came from
Well, we
monkeys
didn't
or
come from
something. I
monkeys.
believe
We
that
are apes.
humans were
We
made.
didn't
We were
come from
put on
monkeys.
this
We just
earth.
share a common ancestor. We are apes, though. We are great apes.
However you put it, I just feel like we were put here. We didn't evolve from something. We were just
Is
put
it
here.
the Abrahamic God? Is it Jesus? Yeah, that's the Abrahamic
I believe in
religion.
Jesus.
Okay, so if you read the beginning of your book, what did God create? What was the first place he made?
He made earth and everything
what was
on
the
it
place
before
that
humans.
Adam and Eve lived in? Right. Was that the
Garden
most
of Eden.
perfect creation that God made?
Yeah, he made it just for them, and then Eve went and picked the apple
So
that
in
he said
God's original
she shouldn't.
1.0 plan, was there any death in the Garden of Eden? Exactly. Nobody used
No,
each
ma'am.
other. They were all just living among each other, and Adam and Eve were supposed to be just stewards of them, correct? Just naming them and caring for them.
No, it actually says he put animals
Then
on
why weren't
earth
they
for us to
used?
use.
Why
He
weren't
said,
they
go ahead
used
and
in the
prosper.
Garden of Eden? Because it says that they
How
weren't.
do we know that?
The Garden of Eden is vegan.
But it never says anywhere that. It never says even like, okay, Adam
Yeah,
went
it
out
never
and
says
slaughtered a
that.
sheep, or Adam went
Yeah,
and
there's
did
no
this, or
death.
Eve
There's
went and
no
did that.
death. There's
It
no
just
death
says
in
they
the
were
Garden
put
of Eden.
there.
Did you miss that part? There's no death in the Garden of Eden. It's not until sin
Sorry.
enters the world that now you're expected to live in sin and survive the harsh environment. But then at the end times, when your Lord returns, what happens then? No evil on his mountain. The lion shall eat straw with the ox. Again, vegan values. Once again, so you're sandwiched between vegan values, right? Perfection, living in sin, perfection. So why wouldn't the middle bit be a test? Why wouldn't it be in the face of pleasure, you should do the right thing and not use others?
Okay, but what about when
So
Jesus
I
helped the
urge you to
fisherman
go watch
when he
Christspiracy.
walked
They
on water
actually
to save
look at
him
how
from a
Jesus
storm?
lived his life. And a lot of these terms that people say means fish or means domination actually means something else. So go look at Christspiracy. They actually take you to the original sea scrolls, which is what your Bible is derived from. And they look at those words that were translated to English. And the words that they used were actually, they meant something slightly different. Instead of having dominion, it was more like stewardship. Instead of fish, it could have been something that you just spread on bread, which could have been the seaweed. When he tells them to pull up their nets, they could have been full of seaweed because they can eat seaweed. So go watch Christspiracy. Maybe go do that, and then I'd love to talk to you afterwards. Would you be willing to do that? Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to
That's
write that
okay.
down.
Just
I'm
sound
very
it
bad
out.
at spelling. English is not my
Christspiracy.
first language.
Actually, if you go to anti-animal use and you click on see what I fund, you'll see there's 3 documentaries, and it has the trailer to Christspiracy. If you click on it, it takes you right to the movie. So if you just go to this website.
Just writing that down.
Yeah, if you just Google it,
Okay.
you'll find it too. They have their own page that it plays on, so. Awesome. I really appreciate
I'll
you
go
doing
look it
that.
up.
I'm going to drop you for now, but I really do want to hear back from you after you watch that, okay? Awesome. Yeah,
No
you
problem.
too. Thank you for
Y'all have
coming
a
up.
wonderful day.
Bye.
No problem. Bye.
I do appreciate people being willing to go look at resources. It's a big deal. I'm hoping that maybe that'll change his mind. A lot of people do read the Bible and think that we're supposed to be, I don't know, so evil to animals, but I'm like, Jesus is always depicted with a lamb around his neck, not to go slaughter, but because he is the man of peace and morals and.
But what is the majority in the Bible? What does the Bible majority say? Like the majority of the Bible is nothing but evil. It says nothing but evil.
I do understand that a lot of religious texts have a lot of things that have been used to justify evil actions. I don't have an issue with people being religious. It's just when they use that religion as a justification to violate someone. It's like, I don't care what you do in your own time, what makes you happy or whatever makes you, calm down. That's great. But you shouldn't use it against others, Is there a victim involved in this situation? Yeah. But even if Jesus.
And I love it. And it's always the woman who does the bad thing. Do you see how the whitey men that wrote the Bible say that because heaven became sin is because of a woman? Isn't that nice? Talk about the misogyny in that. And how they know? How do they know for sure it was a woman?
I mean, I personally don't claim to believe the Bible, so I haven't. To be fair, I haven't dug into it to be able to truly be vocally critical of it. I just haven't found the evidence for me to actually believe there is a God. I understand that people think, oh, there's a lot of unexplained things. That must be God. And it's like, that's the only issue I have with religion is when they say, I have the answer already. And it's like, but now see, you've killed the progress on trying to actually find out how things work because you just jump to the conclusion that, mysterious ways. That's the thing that bothers me. Like I don't like it when it's used to hold others back. That's not fair. So, yeah, I used to once believe in a God, and I don't know. All I felt was fear, and just felt like I was always being watched. Like I never had privacy, and that I was maybe a bad person all the time because I couldn't be exactly.
But that's what religion wants us to see. That's what religion wants us to feel, that we are bad people. We need to go to church to tell our sins because we sin every damn day, So it's like that's the way the book puts people in, into a light. We're all bad. We got to go to church, spend money to give to these churches and these people who want to be, into this stuff and pray for you and then go molest children?
I mean,
No,
yeah,
I
a
don't
lot
think
of
so.
bad people using the name of their religion. Oh no, you're fine.
I'm sorry. I was in the religion for over 30 years. And then I finally at 16 said, "Nope, ain't doing it no more." I was still involved in it even past the age of 16, but I did not go to church. I didn't believe in it. My family was involved, but it was just like, something's not right here. Something's too fishy.
Funny
about
enough,
this whole
even though
thing.
my mom and my grandmother claim to be religious, they don't act like it at all. Like they never took me to church. We never talked about religion except for on holidays like Easter and Christmas. My grandma would read a section out of the Bible in German. And that was about it. And I remember being curious about church because we did have Bibles in our house. And I was like, what is this? What, and they would tell me little bits. So I ended up going to church on my own. But I found that, I don't know, for me, it just felt like someone wanted control over my actions and to be able to judge me on my choices, even though I'm not harming anybody. And I didn't like that. And then it also became like this clique thing. But that was just my church specifically. It just felt like I wasn't part of the group. So I was kind of an outsider. Yeah. But, like I said, I've met people that are religious that actually do agree with veganism. And so that's why I'm like, it's not always religion is the reason, but it definitely doesn't help when they are so fixated on the wrong parts of the Bible and they use it out of context. So it's like, I don't care what you believe, but make sure you know what you're actually reading, not just reading a random bit in the Bible. Know the context of that scripture, because it might mean something different than what you're using it to defend. And sadly, that's what keeps happening with a lot of atrocities. When people use the Bible, they're picking these quotes that don't actually relate to their situation and manipulating them to sound like their God would have been for these atrocities. So yeah, don't do that, people. I don't like that. And you honestly insult the peaceful people that are in your religion by doing that. Are you clicking those buttons?
Yeah.
I'm like, I just see all the fun stuff happening. Ian's having fun just clicking on buttons. I'm gonna do the hearts. Hearts. Oh, it's funny.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, he's making the hearts and the
heart
fireworks that you see pop up. Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we're trying to provide something for our members over on YouTube, so there's something fun to do. But yeah.
Nice.
I see. Oh, David's here. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. I'm sure everyone was watching. I don't know if Jake is still live. Jake and Another Damn Vegan. I'm sure you just shared something about it. So the puppies in Ridgeland are still in there. I don't know if there was some progress made in the capital today in Wisconsin, but there were some activists that went to a beagle farm to rescue them from they breed beagles to be tested on, and they test on them directly. So they sell them to be tested on, and they test on them in their own facility. They were deemed not a good company because they had so many violations. They had abused those dogs. But the judge said for some reason, even though your business is going to end in July and you can't sell any of your dogs, you can still test on the dogs yourself until July. And this is like shoving tubes down the beagles' throats and filling their guts with, cleaner or some kind of horrible chemical. And then often the dogs will get these swollen glands in their eyes because they're in unsanitary conditions. They're just in a cage. They're in wire cages stacked on top of each other, hundreds, if not thousands, in a single room. So it's just loud all the time. They're barking. So they get these little infections in their eye. And instead of having an actual vet treat these individuals for their condition, they would just have people who weren't vets take unsanitized scissors with no anesthetic and just cut the cherry out of their eye. And then they would just throw them right back into the cage.
Those people in there are vets.
Yeah, I think they had a
vet
single vet, but I'm not 100%. Don't quote me on that. I didn't do my fair research to find out if I just remember reading something where they said their vet lost their license at some point.
And for the whistleblower that was in there was no vet. They took it upon themselves to do this without anesthesia, and they did not know what they were doing.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And it showed.
So they went the first time they went, there were 50 activists that rescued. I want to say like 16 dogs got out of there for sure. I think they got up to 20, but the police took back some, or 23, and the police took back a bunch. But they were going to go down again with 2,000 activists. And the police, they were met with police brutality, and a lot of them were hit with these giant, like the rubber bullets are huge. So they're being shot point blank with rubber bullets, shot directly in the face with mace, like those big cans that shoot like 6 feet. One person was like, it looked like they were knocked out. So the police the next day, yesterday, reversed course. And because the activists came and did a vigil instead of trying a second attempt, they did a vigil and were kind of pleading to let at least one dog go. And the police had white flowers on and were like, oh, I hope you have a good day, and being really nice and cordial or whatever. It's like, we saw your real colors the day before. We know that you're a violent a-hole. So then today, sorry, I keep yapping. Did you want to add something?
You're right.
Yeah, they're assholes.
I'm saying you're right. They're assholes.
And then today, they went to the capital of Wisconsin to talk to, I don't know, some representative. It's slipping me right now, but I know they have a congressman on their side. I think there's like a city council that they're trying to talk to. But anyway, they're trying to get more progress to get those dogs released and find them homes. So I'm hoping, because they have a congressperson on their side, that there is going to be some progression on that and those dogs get rescued. I was so heartbroken when the police really prevented those dogs from getting rescued. And I watched some of the streams that said the police were laughing. They weren't reading out people's memorandum rights. And some of them were even saying they don't agree with what's happening to the beagles, but they also were helping prevent activists get to the building. So really heartbreaking. Just really hope that those dogs get out of there, because what a terrible existence.
I don't think they should have said when they were coming back. I don't think that they should have announced it on social media. And I was really kind of surprised that Wayne did that. I was really shocked, because you knew that they were going to be there waiting for him in the most horrendous ways. They dug a trench around the whole place. It's like, you don't tell somebody you're coming. I mean,
it's fine if you're going to tell them.
You know?
I just expected them to be prepared for the worst, because every protest I've seen in America, when police are involved protecting property, they always use violence. Always.
Oh, yeah.
Aggressively.
Gas.
Exactly. So that's why I was really sad to see these vulnerable people unprotected and exposed, getting beat, tackled, and sprayed. It was really, I was like shaking. I was so upset. These people were the most peaceful. And it's just like, I don't want them to be a PR stunt, right? I don't want them to be cannon fodder for us to just slightly move the window over a little bit. I thought this was like, we're going in to rescue those dogs. So it was just, I think everybody was heartbroken and really just can't stop thinking about those beagles and what they are going through. So I'm hoping something happens.
Yeah, sometimes Wayne does things for a specific reason. I'm with his group, but I would have not said anything about this. I don't know if he's trying to bring more attention to it.
Yeah, they wanted to have
to say
world recognition.
They do us.
Yeah, that's what they wanted. They wanted the whole world to be looking. And the farm looks bad, and so do the police. They know they look bad too. That's why they came out with white flowers. So.
Oh yeah. They look even worse now, considering they shot them with
they
stuff
brutalized them. Like, it was bad. It's so much tear gas. I mean, not even just the activists, but that stuff blows around. There's other animals in the area, so that's like affecting everything in that area.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I have some requests. Should we bring someone up? No, don't be sorry. We were chatting. Also, it's important to talk about Ridgeland, because they're currently talking in the Capitol. Yeah, so they need as much support as possible. Hey, Big Appetite, are you over 18?
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
I'm
yes,
doing well.
I'm 31 years old. How are you?
So why aren't you vegan?
He tells everybody He
Oh
trolls
wait, I'm sorry.
everybody.
Hold on a
I,
second, Big Appetite. What'd you say, Lori?
He trolls
This
everybody's vegan
person?
lives. He's an every.
What is their
Yeah,
main point? Do you
big
remember?
appetite.
What's the thing that they get hung up on?
He's been told every. I don't know. He's been told
Oh,
everything, every which way and back and forwards, and he just doesn't want to listen.
I'm happy to have a
well, I
dialogue.
mean, are you an honest actor? Like, do you understand that animals feel?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Okay. So
Yes,
I guess we'll
of course.
try. But honestly, if it does feel like it's going nowhere, we may end it. But
I,
why aren't you vegan?
I see no benefit
Do
in
you
being
need a
vegan.
benefit to stop abusing someone?
Well, anyone, when you ask someone to change their lifestyle, they should have a prompt
Yeah,
or
you
an
won't have a
impetus to do
victim
so.
anymore.
If you
Like, let's say a
say
guy was
stop,
beating his wife and he did it because it was fun for him. What's the benefit for him
right,
to stopping beating his wife?
right. Well, what
Right.
he's
So
doing is inherently
well, let's
illegal.
say he's in a
Having
country
bacon
that
is
it's
not
not
illegal.
illegal.
So, right. I would say that is evil because through a scientific analysis of human engagement, we understand that violence is indicative of I apologize, of psychopathy and psychopathic
He doesn't have
tendencies,
to
and
be
that the one who's
he doesn't
being
have to be psychotic in
assaulted
order to
has
do that.
negative experience.
He just, that's the way that he is. He just he does get pleasure from it, but he's nice to everyone else. He actually donates money to child charities. Helps a lot of people.
Right, but that does not. Right, but that does not
So
meet
what
a
benefit
metric
does he
of
need
point of
in
contention.
order to stop beating his wife?
Well, the individual, the wife who's being assaulted, has a lesser life experience. It's just
What
like
if
being
she's
a
not as
social
cognizant? What if
company,
she has
and by them,
the consciousness of like a cow? Is it now okay for him to beat her for his pleasure? Okay.
no, because rights are
Oh, so it's
granted
about
upon both
DNA
species.
again. We're talking about
And
DNA
by that
again.
metric, I would say, if I can, someone to assault a cow is not legal either.
Well, it is actually. It's standard practice. Yes. It's
Is
standard
it?
practice. They often will beat them with like
So,
rods or sticks, or they'll stab them with electric prods.
So we have this notion that when a cow is slaughtered, they are being stunned. There
So?
is a push
So what?
upon the
Who cares?
cerebrum
If I
environment,
did
right?
it to
Which
a
is like
human,
the
would that make it moral?
lobotomy of the cow.
Right. So
No,
what is
the
it?
issue is
Well,
not
I'm talking about
morality. The issue is
morality. I don't
practice.
care about the practice. I don't care if you stun them or you don't stun them.
Right. Okay.
It's
So
all injustice. You don't need to use them.
fair. So you mentioned you're talking
Yeah.
about morality, correct?
What's right? What you think is right and wrong.
And if someone doesn't, no, morality.
Morality
is
is
a
how
general term.
you
People
think we
have
should
different
interact with each
senses,
other.
different notions of
What you
morality,
think is
right?
right or wrong, essentially.
Correct. And
Yes,
people
and
have
I'm
different
talking to
notions of
you.
morality. Don't you agree?
Why do you think it's okay? What do 100%
Right.
of
Okay.
humans have that animals don't that justifies this difference in treatment? Not all
Capacity
humans
to
can
engage
do
with human
that, so we can
society.
exploit those humans?
I agree.
Then you just debunked
No,
your
we
own
cannot.
point. Then what is it? Okay, stop one more
No.
time. I want you to
I
listen
have
to the
made a
whole
claim.
thing.
No.
What
I
do 100%, what
you
do
have to mute me.
100%, if you can't stay muted, I will move on. Okay, well, you have a good day. Mike, yeah, clearly
Love
he
story.
could not answer. He wanted to stick with species lines, which honestly, species just comes down to who you can mate with, essentially, right? But there are other humans I can't mate with. Also, we evolve over time. There is a chance that some maybe secluded humans produce a baby that maybe looks and acts like us, but has a DNA mutation that makes them a new being, a new type of individual, no longer human. But because we recognize that there is someone in there, we wouldn't want to exploit them. Just because animals are in a different shape and maybe they don't focus on the same things as you, that doesn't give you the moral license to violate them, to use them, to breed them, to steal their babies. Doesn't do it. So the thing is, if you're non-vegan and you know what happens to animals, it's interesting when you try to defend yourself, you always resort to ableism. And typically it's about how smart they are, right? And then you forget, oh, there are humans that are not smart that we wouldn't exploit. And then it comes down to DNA. Do you see how creepily scary this sounds to like Schnazzi's logic, right? White supremacy, YT supremacy logic. You're just trying to find this individual is more like me, so it's okay. You're in my group. But even though I know you care about what happens to you, you are not in my group, so I can do what I want to you. It's in-group think. It's another type of racism. It's called speciesism. You're using an arbitrary trait such as you were birthed by a different type of mother. Now I can do what I want to you. Do you think those individuals asked to be born a cow, pig, or chicken? Did you choose to be human? Or were you just born that way? Should what you were born with be held against you? No. Ethan. Hey, are you over 18? Okay, why aren't you vegan yet?
Yes. No.
Okay, is there any other reason?
No, but I
Does
got a
taste
question for
pleasure
you.
justify violating someone's body? Okay, well, I don't want to talk to you then. Honestly, if you don't believe in human rights, you don't believe that humans have this inherent right to not be exploited, I don't want to talk to you because that's gross. And when you say that human rights don't exist, you're putting yourself on the menu. You're saying, yeah, if someone bigger and stronger wants to use my body for whatever their pleasure is, that's moral because they're bigger and stronger. I don't know about you. I don't want that. I don't care how big and strong you are. I don't care how powerful you are. You don't have rights over me. This is my body, not yours. It's the same thing for all other animals. We're all animals. We're just another type of animal. Lost format. Uh-oh. Okay, there you are. Are you over 18? Hi.
Hello.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Why aren't you vegan yet?
Because I feel like there are ways to get products from animals, like dairy products or eggs, without essentially abusing.
Yeah, it's called eating
the
vegan
animal.
versions of those things.
Why? Well, I mean, but do you agree that there are ways to like have chickens lay eggs
No.
without abusing the chickens?
Because you're
How so?
demanding someone be born into existence to be an egg slave for you. Even the nicest slave owners were still slave owners. That was immoral. So
it's immoral to use the product of
so
another
I'm sure you can
animal
see I have a
without
lot
its
of hair.
consent?
Does that mean whoever comes across me has the right to cut my hair because I just grow a lot of hair?
Well, I mean, I know it's a DNA. I know you were saying some stuff about the DNA, but I feel like that does
Did you hear about
have,
in-group?
I think, species.
Did you hear about in-group
I think
too?
I would say.
So it's the
What is that?
logic that people who call themselves supremacists use. They say my group is better than your group, so I'm going to ignore the fact that you're sentient, and I'm going to use you for my purposes because I'm superior.
Well, I mean, humans are arbitrarily just
No, they're not. They
better
just
than
happen
animals.
to be in a position of power, but that doesn't
We're-
mean that you have to use those that don't have the same advantage as you. For example, a parent has dominion over a child, right? Does that mean that parent has
Yes.
the right to exploit that child? But they have dominion over them,
No.
and they're superior to the child. So why
Correct,
is it
but what I'm talking
immoral
about
for the
isn't
parent
dominion,
to
it's
exploit the
sapiency.
child?
Because
No,
they're
this
both
child isn't
sapient
sapient,
individuals.
just sentient. Maybe he won't live past 10, but they still care about what happens to themselves. Should we exploit them now?
How
They
is the
don't have
child
the
not
same
sapient?
cognition as the average human. You know, cows, pigs, and chickens are sentient, right? They're not just brain dead. They're having emotions.
Yeah,
There are
I
humans
know the
that are
difference between.
not sapient. You know
Yes.
that, right?
I mean, saying a whole
Yes,
human
a
can't
whole
be sapient
human.
is like
Wow. So let
different.
me get
Even a
this
person with
straight.
like
You're going to
80,
deny that these people exist because it's inconvenient for your argument? You're going to deny that people exist that don't understand the world around them but care about what happens to themselves?
even an individual with like
I'm not
80
talking about
IQ
even
is
having
still
an
considered
80
sapient.
IQ. I'm talking about they can't even know how to hold a pencil. Should we exploit them? Should we farm them? Why not?
No, we shouldn't exploit them
They're not as smart. They're not as
because
supreme as us.
well, I mean, they don't have any
Yeah, so why not
intellectual
exploit
ability.
them? Use them for their muscle, their hair, their poop.
You shouldn't
Exploit means to
exploit
use
them, but
unfairly for your benefit. So I'm going to use them for maybe I want to sell their body like schmex trafficking.
I'd say, please don't kick me when I say this, but I'd say hair.
You touch my
taking the
fucking
hair
hair
of an
and I will
unsapient.
punch you in the throat. I swear to God.
I don't.
It doesn't. So
But
if
you're
I'm not
sapient.
sapient, it's okay to take from others? So I'm gonna
Things
have
that don't
children,
initially harm
and
them.
they're always gonna. I have a gene in me that they will always end up not being able to get past the age of 10, and they have low cognition. Does that mean that I can keep producing babies because I want to shave their heads and use their poop for fertilizer? I can use them for like child labor and lock them in cages. I
That's
agree.
just
That's what we do to
cruel.
other
Why would you
animals,
lock them in
though.
cages?
Okay,
Free
so I
range,
allow
but
them
free
to
range
be in the
exists.
backyard, but you know, it's only for what I need from them. I give them the bare needs that they need. They got a corner they can poop in, a bucket they can eat in, and I lock them in the basement every night.
Well, okay, I see what you're saying, but what else
They
does a
don't need
chicken
to
or
be
cow
born
need?
into existence at all. That's what. So if you don't buy chickens,
Yeah.
they'll stop producing as many chickens.
So you don't want
Do
chickens,
you
you don't want
understand what we
animals
did
to
to
be
them?
born?
So chickens used to be called the red jungle fowl. Used to only lay like 13, maybe 15 eggs a year, and only during part of the year, not even the whole year. We took them from their home where they were doing just fine. Took them from their home and made them mate with someone that they wouldn't normally mate with. So they made the perfect egg slave. We did that over and over and over again. Do you want someone to make you mate with somebody you wouldn't normally mate with just because they like the genetic combo? It
How do you
doesn't
know they don't
matter
want
if they
to?
want to or not. Would you like to be forced with someone without your consent considered and be forced to mate with them to make a baby that will be mutated? Is that fair?
If I don't have
Yeah.
sound judgment,
Okay.
then
Well, you have a good day
where
then.
does
You're literally saying it's okay for me to take humans that are just low cognition and make them breed. That's terrible. You're a terrible person. This is what terrifies me sometimes with this world. People don't know why we actually respect each other. Oh, it's human DNA. That's not it. We haven't always respected all humans. We've had to work at it. We've had rights, movements, right? There was a time when they thought babies weren't even sentient when they were born and they would just smack them on the ground. So it's not about our DNA. It's about what we understand about each other. If we know somebody is sentient, then we understand that they care about what happens to themselves. If we have this assumption that they're less than sentient, we don't care anymore. So then we exploit the crap out of them. Do you see how your mindset is what's important? When you see another human, you go, you're a resource for me to use. You don't care what happens to them. You just care about your benefits. You're looking at other animals the same way. I know that I can get these benefits from you. It's not fair, but oh, that's the way it is. It's not the way it is. It's based off supply and demand. Those producers only put those things out there for you to grab. And when you grab them, you're literally saying, I want the next individual to go through that system. And just doing this doesn't make it not happen. Just because you're ignorant of what they have to suffer doesn't make it not happen. It's happening for you. And if you don't care about human rights, again, you're putting yourself on the menu. You're literally saying it's okay that if you suddenly lost your sapience, it's okay for someone to do what they want to you. I don't know about you. I would like to be respected. I also don't think it's fair for others to do that to each other. Oh, well, how do you know they don't like it? Oh, well, I guess I just do it to them all.
I like it when you said you touched my hair, I'm gonna punch you.
I know, he thought it was a harmless thing, and I'm like, no. If you touch my hair, like, it's on. I'm gonna throat jab you.
Exactly.
Stupid. Yeah.
That was a good one.
I can't believe people that think that they have the rights over others' autonomy. Like, oh yeah, you do have some excess hair. Let me just shave that off. I want to make a wig. I'm bald. I need hair. Okay. Yeah.
You're bald.
Well, they would have a need, right? They're like, you have so much hair and I have none.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Sorry. I was laughing my head off there when you said
I mean, it's true though. Like, I would not tolerate anyone just coming up behind me and cutting my hair. Like, no. Obviously, if it's in my best interest and I'm not sapient and I need someone to take care of me and it's in my best interest to cut my hair because maybe it's knotted and it's getting all over the place and I'm not maintaining it, that's one thing, right? You're doing what's in my best interest. Right. But if you're taking my hair that I love or I enjoy just because you want to use it, that's not fair. So anyway, yeah.
Nope.
Let's bring up, I guess, the next guest. Yes, Lana Lee, I see you down there, but there's a couple people ahead of you. Moon Knight.
Did you see that movie with Melissa McCarthy and Jason Bateman? And she took his identity.
Yes, I have seen that one. That's pretty funny. She did. She kept throat jabbing him. I really like her. She's a funny actress.
Yeah, that took my head right.
That's me. She's pretty badass in that movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. She's good.
Night. It looks like it's not working. I'm really sorry. Shocked face. I don't know what that is. Dead face? Hey, are you over 18? Okay. Why aren't you vegan yet?
I like
so just
to
taste
eat
pleasure?
meat.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that us getting these products from animals is
we need to,
efficient.
Okay, what do we need from them?
Yeah. We need meat.
Why?
We need eggs. We need milk.
But why do you need to eat those?
To eat. To fulfill
You
our
can get everything you need on a
nutrient
plant-based diet,
requirements.
so you don't need to eat those things.
What
Yeah,
about
you can get
like
iron in
for
plants.
iron? Because I know you can get iron in like beans and stuff, but
Oh,
my
did they
friend tried to
die?
go vegetarian.
I had a friend that
and
went vegan and they died.
No, but they had to go. No, they didn't die, but they had to go on a
Okay, well,
go
you're
back
not your
onto a
friend.
meat diet
Let's talk about
because
you.
she had a low.
Okay. I
She had
don't
a
care
low-
to hear about your friend because
She-
I can't talk to your friend.
Well,
I can't
I'm
talk to your
saying
friend,
that-
right? I can't figure out what they did that might have put them in that situation, but I can talk to you. Why aren't you vegan? I understand it's taste pleasure, but you can get that from other things.
What I was trying to argue
is,
is that
though.
it's not efficient for everybody.
No, but you're wrong.
No, that's why I was
No,
talking
you're
about
wrong.
my friend as an example.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah, we're gonna
She
move on. Honestly, if you wanted to be vegan, you will find a way. There are free plant-based dietitians you can reach out to, and they will help you become vegan. A vegan diet is actually safe and healthy for all stages of life and can actually prevent a lot of our common ailments. But that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to talk about your health. I'm here to talk about the rights of the individuals you're using. And if you think that it's your right to use them, that's what I want to talk about, not so much about your random friend anecdote that probably was anorexic for like a week and didn't get all their needed nutrition. Obviously, if you're on any diet and you're not getting everything you need, you're going to get sick. But if you eat a whole food plant-based diet, you make sure you got everything, you maybe take a supplement, you're going to be fine, I promise. And you're going to save money. But the whole reason to go vegan is not because you're going to save money or your health. It's because there's someone that's being sacrificed for you, and you can get everything you need in other sources. Like if all the animals that we use suddenly got wiped out from a virus, not that wild of a take, but we did still have, let's say, cats and dogs, somehow they're resilient to that virus. Would you then say we should start farming dogs to eat them so that you can have your meats and eggs and milks? No, you can just use plants. Plus, we have other ways, like they've got lab-grown flesh, they've got precision fermentation. Like there's so many alternatives, so you really have no excuse. Bart, are you over 18? I'm loving all the fireworks. If you guys could, please tap like, share. Let's get some more people in here. It dropped down. I want as many non-vegans in here as possible. And also to my YouTube, I don't know if you noticed, I actually put some stickers down there. And TikTok, I'm pretty sure I made stickers for you as well. They're different so that, you know, you still feel special. There should be stickers in here that I made. I don't see where they are though. Is it in here? Oh, maybe right here. Oh, what? My stickers aren't there. Maybe they're still being approved. I don't know. It was for super fans. I believe super fans should have access to the stickers. Darn. Bart, you're not there. Lana, if you're still there, your patience is greatly appreciated. You made it.
Hey, how are you?
You love me.
I love you. Although I'm not vegan, but I love you so much because I like people who are loving animals and don't like have an ideology that you should not hurt animals.
Thank
I
you.
like you.
I want to know why aren't you vegan yet?
I
You sound like a
want-
vegan.
I can't cook, and my food tastes really bad, and my mom isn't vegan, and I want to be convinced so I can return vegan. I was vegan, but I wasn't eating good because of my family diet. I have limited options, and my family situation wasn't really good, so I couldn't ask for complementary protein stuff.
Do you have any money of
So,
your own?
But
Okay. I was gonna say beans are
No.
really cheap.
but now I am. Yeah, but I can ask now from my dad if I want something. But I'm living in a village. I don't
that's
have
fine.
tofu.
Honestly, I avoided tofu for the first 5 years of being vegan because I was under the impression it was bad for you, but then I later learned it's actually really good for you. So you don't need to eat soy to be vegan.
How to get protein?
So what I
in
would do,
vegan
because I'm not a
diet?
nutritionist, so I don't want to like lead you with information that may harm you of some sort. So what I always encourage people to do is either look up free plant-based dietitian in some kind of search engine like Google, or go to nutritionfacts.org. I do have it in my website as well, so you can like navigate around in there. But you can also Google vegan Dailey Dozen. It just shows you a checklist of how to get everything you need in a day from Whole Foods. Hell yeah.
Thank you. And I want to ask you before I convert to vegan, the main question. Don't you think that life is unfair and all animals are eating
So
other
even though
animals?
life is unfair, this is called the is-ought fallacy. It doesn't mean it should be fair, right? We would prefer things be fair. How do we have a world that's more fair? By
Like the lion eat
yeah, I understand that other
the
animals are eating each other,
sheep
but
or
that's not, they're not necessarily moral agents in our morality. They're surviving a harsh environment. They're doing what they have to survive. We have options, right? We have things, we know how to weigh things out. We understand morality is complex, and we understand that fairness should be over what is. So even though something is unfair, it should be fair. It should be made fair, because being unfair is unjust. Would you like to be treated unfairly because that's the way the world works, or would you rather be treated fairly?
Yeah, 100% you are right. And I have other questions. Let me think. Okay, protein stuff, and okay, it's not legal. It's not fair and not moral. Yeah, you are
You
right.
can get all your protein from plants, though.
What do you
I heard
think?
you say protein. Just so you know, that Dailey Dozen shows you how to get all your servings of protein as well.
Okay, why not eggs? Why not vegetarian?
Dairy
Why
and
vegan?
eggs are actually probably even worse than some of the other products, because we took someone from their free home and we made them have a mutated baby over and over and over again until they became a perfect slave. So the original red jungle fowl, who was free in the forest, only laid 13 to 15 eggs a year, and they were meant to make babies. They weren't trying to lay unfertilized eggs, because that's a waste of energy. So they'll eat those that are unfertilized, but they're trying to have babies. We took them from their home, made them mate with another individual that had genetics that made their baby be a perfect egg-laying slave. Today, they lay up to 300 eggs. So 13 to 15, now 300. That has consequences. They have to carry that weight in their body, and constantly push this out. And it does actually shorten their life. And it takes so many resources from their body to make one egg. I think it's something like 10% of their calcium. So it's leaching from their bones, and everything else goes into those eggs. And as they age, the egg shells get weaker and thinner. So when they get to maybe, I don't know, about like 6 to 8 years old, those eggs can break in their cloaca and cause an infection. Chickens are small. All of their vascular systems, their nervous systems, delicate. So do you think most people are going to take their chicken who now has an infection in their butt, they're going to take them to the vet, or are they just going to chop their head off and put them in a stew? Yeah.
Yeah, you are right. So you think a chicken laying
It's
eggs is not
If you have
healthy for
any
them?
other bird companion and they started to lay eggs and you brought them to the vet would be like, get them to stop laying eggs immediately. It shortens their life because it takes so many resources. So there's actually birth control for chickens so that you can actually greatly reduce their egg laying, and it'll lengthen their life and the quality years of their life too.
It's really hard for me to maybe vegetarian is easy, but vegan
Is
is too
it?
harsh because I don't love eggs, but I think it's have
But
a
is
good
that fair
amount of,
to
of
enslave
protein.
someone so you can have the convenience of eating what comes out of their butt?
No, but can I survive on a vegan? I hear that some of vegans have famous vegans
Who?
have left veganism. Some girl on YouTube, two girls on
Two
YouTube.
girls.
One was raw
Okay.
vegan,
So
yeah,
again, if someone is on, wait, hold on.
but
If
they were
someone is
super
on an
famous.
omnivorous diet, consuming animal products, but they're anorexic, they're not eating, are you going to blame it on their diet, or are you going to blame it on their actions of being anorexic? Because we have evidence. Go ahead.
I studied medicine. You are right. We can have all nutrition and everything from plant-based something called complementary proteins. Like if you eat fava beans with sesame, you will get
Any
full
legume
protein
with
like
any
meat.
grain will actually give you that complete protein. All plants actually have the amino acids that you need. You just need to eat a varying diet and enough calories, you'll get all the protein you need. And like I said, if you follow that checklist that I gave you, the Dailey Dozen, vegan Dailey Dozen, you'll find that you're going to be satiated too. You're not only just meeting your nutritional needs, but you'll be full. And as long as you season things, it'll taste delicious. And it doesn't have to be complicated either. It can be very simple meals. There's so many vegan chefs on both TikTok and YouTube that make delicious, really, really simple meals. And you can even go online, type in your favorite meal, and next to it, type the word vegan. I guarantee someone has made that dish, but veganized.
I have a question, but I forget it. I'm really interested in that vegan diet. Really,
Well, let me ask
I
you,
believe you
why do you want
are.
to be vegan?
It's really good ethical, because it's ethical, and I don't want to be in a position of a chicken, or I don't think it's if I were that chicken, it's really
I don't
harsh.
normally give out this resource, but because of where it's located, but it really does have a really nice setup, which is a free plant-based dietitian that will talk to you specifically. It's called challenge22.com. And if you go there, you can talk to a plant-based dietitian that will actually help you based off of where you're at. Find the foods that are in your budget that meet your pleasure needs. And I feel like that's the most hand-holding I can offer is a plant-based dietitian saying, you live in this area, these foods are available to you, you can meet all your needs getting those foods, and it'll fit your budget. Yep.
Challenge22.com. They will help me with
Yes,
the
it's all free.
resources for free.
So when you sign up for it, they actually have you talk to a dietitian so that they can make a meal plan for you. So they can send you emails on, here's a meal plan that's really simple for you to make. And you're talking to a person so that you can say, I don't like to cook, and they can take that into consideration.
Once I was vegan when I was in high school, and I was eating only fruits and salads. People in school, my mates at school, started asking me why my skin is glowing.
Fruits can do that.
I told them I eat
honestly
salad, a
feel
lot
like
of salad.
fruits and vegetables do
Yeah.
make your skin shine for sure. Yeah. But I don't know the evidence on that. That's just me thinking that.
But don't you think? But don't you think that because there is no collagen in plant diet, maybe there's no collagen, how can we get collagen out of
So
plant-based
collagen, I
diet?
don't think is a necessary, it's not an essential protein that you need, but you can get vegan collagen like powders or substitutes. Just look up vegan collagen. I'm sure you'll find something. That's not something I like. I'll tell you what I eat in a day. In the morning, I'll eat some oatmeal with some kind of fruit in there. And if I have my hemp and flax seeds, I'll put a tablespoon of each in there. And then I'll maybe add syrup. Sometimes I don't add syrup. Sometimes I just eat the oatmeal with the fruit and the seeds. And then about lunch or dinner, we're pretty lazy. So we kind of make one meal for the lunch dinner time, and we just eat it multiple times. And actually, my partner's the one that cooks because I also don't like to cook. But he's really simple. It's usually a pasta or a rice of some kind and a bunch of vegetables. And we do have tofu, but whatever, we could add beans. We even do just beans sometimes.
But I have also another issue to become vegan, is that I have polycystic
Are you
ovary
on
syndrome.
Google or something?
And
Because you didn't bring this up in the
they say-
beginning.
No.
Okay.
No.
So
I really
even if you
I
have
was in domestic
endometriosis and you
violence,
need
so
iron, you just need to eat citrus like vitamin C.
I need a protein, I guess, because to feel full,
Eat
because
lentils.
people with polycystic ovaries are. But I hear that you should eat protein
Yeah, the
to
lentils
feel
will
full.
fill you up real good. They're very satiating. Lentils specifically are very satiating. They fill
Okay.
you up. And all you got to do is put a little salt, maybe some nutritional yeast. I love nutritional yeast. It's kind of a cheesy flavor.
I'm also scared that after 10 years I will discover it's a bad diet, and that I should eat meat. How would you guarantee me that within 10
I can't
years
guarantee anything
that I
because
will
I
stay
can't control what you're gonna do, right? What I can say is that if you meet all your nutritional needs, if you follow that checklist, most likely you're gonna have everything you need. I personally have been vegan for 10 years. I've been following that checklist. Sometimes I eat vegan junk food because I live in a very special corner of the world that has vegan restaurants. So on those days, yeah, I'll take a supplement so I make sure I get my needs. But I've been fine. I don't have any health issues. You know, my hair obviously is long and thick. You know, I'm fine. So what? Thank you.
Yeah, you look
But what I
beautiful.
would say is, you know, if these are genuine concerns, reach out to that dietitian at Challenge 22, and they will be able to actually answer those questions for you.
I know that vegan maybe it has everything I need, but I'm not really sure about the ethical. Maybe we are forced, and we meant to, as
Lana, I
humans to
think I'm
eat
gonna move
meat.
on. I
Maybe.
feel kind of sus about you, to be honest. You're bringing up weird questions towards the end. Like,
She is.
wasn't
She's
that
going
weird? Because I
all
mean,
over the place.
she was saying she wanted to be vegan, and then she's like, we're superior. She's like going through the whole bingo list. That was weird. I don't know. You got really sus there, and it'd been 13 minutes. You sound like you have a vegan heart. Go check out those resources. If you want, you can go to antianimaluse.org. It's my website. It has nutritionfacts.org in there. So all the resources I listed are in there, except for the Challenge 22. That one I don't have in there, but it's because I don't really like where it's located, but I do like that they offer a free dietitian. That's massive, especially in a country where we don't have free healthcare. That's a big deal. So I encourage people that need a dietitian to hold their hand. That's a great resource. Hey, David, how's it going? Good.
Hey guys, how are
Were
you
you
doing?
watching the live streams? The like Jake and yeah.
Hey, David.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, just been enamored. I was actually like in a video call while they were doing like some of the stuff. So it was pretty interesting
Yeah.
from that
Do you
angle.
know if
I don't think I could have been there. Like I think I probably would have I
same.
wouldn't have been able to handle it,
Same.
like held my
I was
temper back.
honestly watching the video
Yeah.
yelling and ranting around my house, and I was like, just run. Like, I wanted them as a group to just surround and then charge,
Yeah.
but I wasn't there, so I can't talk like that. But I was so mad that
Yeah.
they were brutalized. Yeah.
Hard to say, right? Yeah, my friends, I see them, like Jenny was, her eyes, her
Those
whole
rubber
face,
bullets
like
are
I was just
huge. Oh, and to be hit in the face,
insane.
like
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
understand. I mean, I kind of expected
Crazy.
when I heard there were armed guards there, I was like, oh, there's probably going to be like pepper spray and stuff. But I did not expect, I don't know, the level of brutality definitely was the next level because the protesters clearly exposed, not wearing gas masks, not wearing body armor, right? So like
Yeah.
they're not going in there to pick a
Mhm.
fight. They're going in there to save someone. And it's just like, what a ridiculous reaction from them, from the
Yeah.
police.
I feel like if they went to that length, they could have like barricaded things a lot better and like ensured it was an impossibility
Yeah.
for anybody to get in rather than just have a bunch of dudes getting off on using these rubber bullets because they
It's
could
like
get
they're
away with it.
playing
You know what I mean?
Halo in real life. That's what I feel like those police and
Hmm.
even other types of federal agents. I feel like they're in their head playing a first player game.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
a big video game on
Yep.
human
That's why they
lives.
don't
It's
really care. Like I
crazy.
heard there
Yeah.
were activists that weren't read their rights. There were activists that overheard some of the police saying that they didn't agree what was happening to the dogs, but they didn't have the spine to like actually stand up for what's right and just kept taking activists down. Yeah, it's wild.
Crazy.
But I'm hoping, did you
Crazy.
hear any updates in the Capitol? Is there any progress? I know they're just basically interviewing, but
It it looks like they're just still sitting there waiting
okay.
to talk to the governor. Like the governor's known about this for how long, and they won't even come
Wow.
out and
I only
talk
saw the
about it.
beginning
Like,
of the live, so I didn't
you know what
catch
I mean?
any action. It was like I just saw them starting to be interviewed, waiting to talk to him. But so he's like held up in his
Yeah.
office. He won't come out. What a
Yeah, like
coward.
what a coward. Come out and speak to your
Yeah.
constituents. Like, come on. Like grow a set,
What was the
it is
name
crazy. It
of
is crazy.
the area that he is Dane County.
Dane
So
County?
anyone in Dane County, or if anyone can, contact the governor of Dane County and tell him to release the dogs. Okay, tell them to free the beagles because those
Yeah.
dogs don't deserve to be in there. They're treated similar to how we treat other animals in agriculture. In fact, I'm pretty sure they are labeled as livestock. And it just goes to show you, like, when you take away those laws that support someone having any kind of rights, you see immediately that those that breed them and farm them don't care about their welfare anymore because now they're a product. They're no longer a someone. It's just like that.
Yeah, there's so many dog lovers out there. If you're a dog lover, imagine your companion animal being locked up and just sitting there in a
For
cage waiting to
years.
be executed. Like, come
Years.
on.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tortured. Like, you can't even imagine the amount of torture that they went through. Where I am in Toronto, there's a place that actually transported dogs from Wisconsin all the way
Wow.
up to Toronto. Yeah, from
Wow.
Ridgeland Farms. Yeah.
So they also have
And,
to sit on those long transport
so they
trucks.
yeah, can you imagine from Wisconsin all the way to Toronto and then to be exploited in the same way? Nutrotechnics is this place. We've protested there several times. We're going to
Anyone,
continue
if
to
you
do
can,
so.
go there, call them. Let's get them to stop. Say their name one more time.
Nutrotechnics. They're out just on the outskirts of Toronto.
Yeah, we need to be active against these places.
In a
They're
little place
literal hell.
where other businesses are. Like the other businesses have no idea that this is going on.
That's like
too.
an extra level of wild. Is like, you know, you could be the business right next to them. You wouldn't even know that all of that horrific torture. I mean, maybe you hear the barking because that's hard to miss, but terrible. Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to close those places. Those are just torture facilities and completely unnecessary. We do not need those places at all. Yeah.
Exactly. On a different note, I have a friend here. His name is the 40-year-old anti-vegan, and so he just wants to say something, if you don't mind. Okay. Hey there. My name's Bob, and I had a cousin whose friend, his wife had another friend who got married, and their cousin over there read a paper about this vegan and this diet thing, and they said that the diet is not nutritional.
Is that so?
I don't know what you're all thinking there, the vegans, but I just
40-year-old anti-vegan. You gotta
I
ask
like the
yourself,
taste.
would you accept this though?
I like the taste of the taste
You're
of
gonna
it
encourage
all.
them. They're gonna start pulling this and think it's legit. No, that's too funny.
Okay, I'll
Actually,
stop.
have you
I'll
ever
stop.
seen Mike Burgundy? I don't know if you ever. He's a
The name sounds
well-known
familiar.
TikToker. Oh, hey, there's Keith. But he will sometimes go on to other panels and play like you just did, play the counter argument. But he does it in a way you can't always tell it's him. And so he like goes on for a minute. You're like, this is outrageous. Is this real? Yeah, it's fun. Just, you know, like you just did. It's good to like liven, you know, bring up the moment a little bit. It can get a little heavy. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I have some
Exactly.
guests. Should we pull them up? Let's go.
Let's
All right.
go.
Let's go. McKenna. Hey, are you over 18? Okay. Why aren't
I
you
am.
eating yet?
Because I like how animals taste. I was wondering why you are
other
vegan.
animals care about what happens to themselves. I don't want to be exploited, so I'm sure they don't either. So I don't demand others be enslaved for me.
Well, I don't think they're like
what does
exploiting
exploitation
them.
mean?
The unfair use of another animal.
For our topic, yes. It just is. Yeah, to
For
use
our
someone unfairly
use.
for your benefit is what exploitation is. So wouldn't you agree that birthing someone into existence and putting your purpose on them, that would be using them unfairly for your benefit?
Well, no, because I don't think it's unfair because we feed them so
Okay,
they can
so
feed
if
us.
I want a human slave, as long as I feed them and I give them enough space, I can do that?
No, because
And what's
humans
that?
and
What's the
animals are
main?
different.
What's the difference between us that justifies the difference in treatment?
Because we're humans and they're
Oh, okay.
animals. We're a
So
different
it's just
species.
about DNA?
Well, we all have
Okay, so
different
what makes
DNA.
a
It's about
human a human?
species. I guess it
Okay,
can
so just
reproduce
because
with
you
each
can't
other.
reproduce with others, it's okay to exploit them?
No, we're
You're
not
using them
exploiting them.
unfairly
We're
without their consent.
letting them. Well,
Okay,
they
so
can't
someone
consent.
who can't consent, it's okay to just use them?
We're
Wow,
not using
McKenna,
them.
my God, you're such a
They're using
denier
us,
of
and then we're
obvious
using
truths.
them.
We are exploiting. You keep saying we're not exploiting them.
No.
Exploitation means to use someone unfairly for your benefit. So I can enslave a person, be really nice, give them a Netflix subscription, their own space, right? They can even leave my house and come back, but they are my slaves. Is that moral?
No, but they can't provide that what
What are
we
you
give
talking
them for
about?
themselves. They can't get
Yeah,
the
so do
grain
you know
they
where they
need
came from? You know that we've
humans
handicapped them,
from
right?
themselves.
Exactly.
Well, from years
So
and
do you
years of
think
us
if we
needing
did that to
them for
humans, where we made
survival.
a group of humans where they just perpetually were not as sapient as the rest of us, that it would be okay to exploit them because we've been doing this to them for so long?
Wait, do you think
You're
that
not
we
answering
shouldn't
my
have eaten
question.
animals
Do you
back
think
way
that if
back
we
when?
bred humans to be really dumb long time ago and maintain that we should just keep doing it, or should we stop?
No, because we're
So it comes down to
our own
DNA.
species.
Then what makes a human?
No, because everybody has different DNA.
So this human
Reproducing
you
with each
can't
other.
reproduce with. They just can't make babies. Can we exploit them now?
Well, it's a type of species
so we've mutated
that can
them
usually
so
reproduce
that they're
with each
not
other.
as cognizant as us. They still look like us and they can move around like us, but they have the same cognition as a cow. They care about what happens to themselves. They like to play. You know, they want to be comfortable. Should we exploit those individuals that maybe their DNA is not human anymore, but they still look human and they kind of have human characteristics? I just said they're not human.
They're
Did
human.
you hear me? Stick with me. They are not human. Their DNA is different. They are not human. Is it okay that we exploit them? Wow.
Yeah, because they're not human.
Day. Gross. That's the same as saying I'm white and you're another color, so I'm going to use you regardless of the fact that you feel. Yeah, that's gross.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty weak sauce.
Weak sauce.
Also, they sounded like they might have been maybe feminine or a woman. Do you think that that should be held against you because other women can't mate with you, that they should exploit you, right? Or does it again come down to DNA? I guess we kept going back to species, which is really confusing because then she was like, we all have different DNA. I'm like, well, then what makes a human? What is a human? Just that who we can mate with?
I think she was talking about necessity as well. Like, no, it's not necessary. And regardless, McKenna, you can't do anything for me. So does that mean I can do whatever I want to you? Like,
yeah, it was
such a stupid way of thinking.
Just because someone is another species, does that mean we can do whatever we want to them? I can kick dogs for fun? Do it. Peony, are you over 18? Did I say your name right?
20.
It looks like Peneye now that I see it. Is it Peneye?
Yeah.
How can I respectfully refer to you?
You can, yeah, whatever.
How can I respectfully refer
whatever.
to you? Peony, okay.
Peony.
So why aren't you vegan yet?
Because it's a lackluster diet when it comes
what's
to
veganism?
nutrients. So why would I eat a diet that restricts?
What
you
is
from eating
veganism?
meat,
Maybe we should start there.
When meat gives you the most nutrients. I mean,
tell me then.
We all know what veganism is.
I think if you want to be semantical,
It's
it's
not
just when you
actually.
don't
That would
eat
be
animals.
vegetarianism. So veganism is not a diet.
No, vegetarianism, you can eat eggs.
Veganism is an ethical stance against the exploitation of other sentient beings. So I don't want to demand someone's, okay, Jesus, I don't need to hear your aggressive typing on Google. So I don't want to demand someone else be exploited.
You did the same thing,
Call me sweetheart, I drop you in a heartbeat. I don't want to demand someone be enslaved for me. I know, right? Well,
So
it's because he
aggressive.
was intimidated by a woman. That's why he called me sweetheart. He had to
Yeah.
band-aid his bruised ego. How do I pronounce your name? Yeah, Little Muffin.
Little Muffin.
How do I pronounce your name? Jay? Okay. Why aren't you vegan yet?
Because
Okay. Don't eat
vegetables is
vegetables.
nasty.
Why aren't you vegan?
Because
I didn't tell
vegetables
you
are
to eat
nasty.
vegetable. I told you to
I
stop
like
eating
eating meat.
animals.
It's good.
What's veganism?
What would I do?
Are you just like an old baby? Are you an
Nasty
old
food and
baby?
shit boots.
Just big old baby? You need someone to wipe your ass for
Nasty,
you?
nasty
Yeah,
food and
you're a
shit boots.
pathetic human. I don't understand these like 40-plus-year-old men that come in here wearing diapers being like, I'm superior. Like, be the adult that you should be.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Hi, you're an unknown person. You're very echoey. Can you go somewhere where you don't echo? Oh, no, I can't talk to you. You're a child. Yeah. That's why.
Axel just Axel just made he said they got the council to file charges against
So,
Ridgeland.
do you know what that might do? I don't know what that does. Yeah, well, I
I'm
guess
kind
we'll
of
find
curious
out.
too.
Exactly, Keith. I dirt like vegetables. It's such a childish take. Like, that reminds me of a toddler sitting at the table and like, I don't want to eat my veggies.
Yeah, like
What a childish sound.
That's probably what his
by
parents
me.
let him do his
Yeah,
whole life.
exactly. That's why I asked him, like, are you just a big baby? Like, you just sound so pathetic. Oh, gosh. Hold on 1 second. I did see something about Jake. Is Jake in the chat or is he still live? You guys just talking about Jake? Let's see, go vegan. Ben, I was watching, Jake and another damn vegan too, but can only comment on one. Yeah, exactly. You can only do one at a time. We're only one person. All right. Well, it looks like I scared off all of the non-vegans. I guess we made them vegan, guys. We did it in less than 2 hours. Way
We
to go.
won finally.
Right on.
I was listening to you earlier, Anna, and holy shit, you are an incredible activist. Just saying. I know I don't mean to put you on the spot. I know that's
You know what,
awkward.
David? I'll put it right back at
get
you
it,
because I
but
truly do. I do
yeah,
feel the same
you
way
do a
about
great
you. I
job.
feel like you're such a great advocate. You're always out there. You really know how to talk to the audience too. That's something I'm really weak at, is even just talking to the chat. Yeah.
Really? I think you
I
are.
know, right?
We're
That's
just gonna
actually what's
blow
happening.
smoke.
Whatever.
Let's
I
forget
just
it.
think you're a great activist. I definitely look up to you. So, same thing with you, Lori. I look up to you too. You do a
Oh,
lot
thank you.
of
Right
awesome
back
stuff.
at
You're on other panels all the
Thank
time.
you.
I just feel like, honestly, I'm not able to keep up. You guys are so much. I don't know. Again, we're blowing smoke, but I like you guys.
You're doing a good job.
Well, I guess
man.
we're just a team. Bunch of peas in a pod.
You didn't make Keith. You didn't make Keith a vegan. He doesn't like his vegetables.
Keith, you know what? Just suck it up, okay? Suck it up. Are you another big baby?
Go away. Yeah, grow up, Keith. He's
I think
another big baby.
Keith's going
that's
back.
right.
That guy
Keith got
convinced
convinced
him.
by that last
Wow.
guy. Vegetables are crap.
It's all the rotten conversations Keith's had over the years.
That
He
was
just
the final
can't
straw.
handle it anymore.
Y'all didn't make me vegan because I don't like vegetables. I do like the accent in text too. That's pretty funny. Thank you, Axel. That's very sweet. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's hard to accept compliments, but I do really love having as many vegans out there talking as possible because, I mean, we're going to have the better effect on people. People want to be on the right side of history. and we're just great people. Who doesn't want to be friends with us? All right. Oh, I got some
Exactly.
requests. McKenna, I'm not going to bring you back up. I'm sorry. Got Kilbro, though. Hey, Kilbro, are you over 18? Awesome. Why aren't you
Yes.
vegan yet?
I think that because like I hunt whenever I get the chance to, and I think that I mean I agree that we shouldn't buy it from the supermarket because I think that leaves out a very important element of the experience of how humans are
Wait,
supposed
you
to
think
acquire
it's
their
good for
food, and I think
human
that the
mental
actual
health to take life from those that want to live?
yeah, I think it's very
Why
psychologically
are
satisfying
slaughterhouses
to
full of
actually
people
hunt
with
your own food.
PTSD?
Uh, I couldn't say. I've not seen the
Oh,
figures
well,
on
they
that,
do.
but
In fact, when
personally speaking,
slaughterhouses are
like
put into a neighborhood, the domestic violence goes up, violent crimes go up in the area, alcohol and drug abuse is increased. So how is this actually healthy for human mentality? I don't understand. Do you have evidence for that?
yeah, I mean, I just think that it's a very
So
psychologically
you get
satisfying
pleasure from
experience to
unaliving animals and you think that's a good sign? Okay, well,
yeah.
what's the precursor for people that are psycho murderers, schmurderers? Isn't them unaliving animals a red flag for pleasure?
I don't think so.
Well,
I
I
think
don't want to talk to you
I
anymore because
don't
you're
know if there's any
disingenuous.
basis in it.
That's where most, if
Wow.
not all, serial killers start by
That guy literally just
harming
admitted
animals.
Yeah,
Please,
innocent
David, share your
animals.
experience. Maybe it's
Yeah,
in the, if
exactly.
you're willing to.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure. Like I was diagnosed with PTSD a few years ago because of the things I saw and what I witnessed in slaughterhouses and investigations. I don't understand why somebody just comes on here to say like like his feelings of the whole situation is the reason why people should do it. Like maybe he should look into evidence. Maybe he should look into what happens to your brain when you do kill animals. There's a video called "What Killing Animals Does to Your Brain." It's on YouTube, and there's psychology behind it. Right? Once you take a life, you lose empathy, you move into apathy, and there's a potential of psychopathy. And a lot of psychopaths don't even know that they're psychopaths. They've lost that connection, disassociated themselves with the animal, and it shows. Like you have a bunch of people coming on here talking about a life, like an actual life, so like poorly, like as if like the life didn't matter at all. Like it matters more about their experience in the whole thing when it really doesn't. So yeah, it's really sad. And I saw workers, I saw people crushed. I saw what it took, like even in my family, like what it's done to my mom, what it did to my grandma and my aunt. I know I had an aunt that worked on a kill floor because she immigrated from Portugal, a great aunt actually, and she was throwing up on the kill floor from the things she saw. So,
Yeah.
like, bro, get a life. You know, I know you're taking lives, but I highly recommend if you actually are open minded, go
Yeah.
see a psychiatrist. Go get them to talk to you about the things you do. I promise you that first life you took, and I talked to so many people about this, that first life that people take, they feel emotion about it. It's the second and third and fourth life, the fifth life that they take, that they start to disassociate themselves. And that changes you as a human being, and you can't say that it doesn't. I guarantee you it changes your relationships, it changes how you talk to other people, and of course it changes your relationship with the animals too.
Yeah, it changes your psychology also by doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I have PTSD too, but it's from working with the dog and cat meat farms over in China. That's how I got it, and it's
Yeah.
not easy.
Every time that
not
I've ever
easy.
seen an animal
Yeah,
suffering, I don't feel good. I feel sick, you know. I feel for that individual.
Yeah. And and I think that's most people's reactions. Like you did that video recently, the short. By the way, guys, go watch the short, share it out. and the real, but that man was doing that in front of his child. And can you imagine that poor little girl is going to grow up with this disassociation? First, your idea as a child growing up is like you're so curious about the animal. It's not like you're salivating when you see an animal. Even as an adult, you're not salivating. When you see an animal on the side of the road, you're like, oh shit, that must have sucked. You know, your first reaction when you see a squirrel isn't like, oh, I'm hungry. No, you'd never, that never in a million years. We're taught this, right? It's enforced in us. It's this species, this drama that's been instilled in us since we were kids, like that guy did with his child. Like, unbelievable.
Yeah, that short really shocked me because when I first watched it, I watched it with no sound. So I didn't know she was the camera person. And it wasn't till I was actually reacting to it that I legit heard her. I was like, wow, she is there the whole time because you see her at the end. So I thought maybe she was like far off in the distance. No, she's up close in it. Like she walks up as he's jamming the knife into the pig. And there's evidence that shows
That's
that when kids are
crazy.
shown blood and violence, especially to animals that they've grown to know, they have an increased chance of being aggressive or, harming other animals or even other humans. Because right now they're being told what matters is what you want over, someone who is what you deem lesser than you. Then it's okay for you to use them in any way. So yeah, it's just like clearly our psychology is not towards taking the lives of other animals. Our psychology is to be with them, to just be neighbors with them. Not
Yeah, exactly. And look at the guy's name. His name is Kilbro. You know, this is his identity. Like this isn't something that's rational or normal. You want people to take up arms and go and kill animals in this so-called fantasy world? What would that do to the world? Like you're mentioning earlier, the violent crime rates that happen around slaughterhouse communities, the PTSD, the drug, alcohol addiction.
Yep.
All
I
those
kicked them just
things.
because I don't really care to see these comments of like, I enjoy violating someone's rights. Well, I don't want to see you anymore then. You're gross. You're not someone we should. Ugh. Yes,
Romanticizing
exactly.
violence.
It is. It's romanticizing violence. And honestly, it's no different than a rapist, right? They're thinking my pleasure. And this feels so good. I don't care what the other is experiencing. Like that's just so disgusting and disturbing. Terrible. I've reported people that talk like that, but TikTok doesn't find it to be a violation. And I'm like always shocked because I'm like, they're literally saying the K word to sentient beings. But that's okay. It's okay to say that, I guess. See, look,
Apparently
me
so.
vegan and then me vegan Zionist. So kill kids good, kill animals bad. Okay. Well, I mean, they're
That
also
makes
getting
no
away with using the
sense.
K word, which is weird. I don't know. I don't understand TikTok's rules.
Right?
Yeah. Let's
Nor
see.
do
Yeah,
I.
always the animals, but can sit and see humans killed. Say meh. Okay, I don't know what that means. I'll turn in people's dinner
Weird.
if it has animal flesh. I'll turn in people's dinners. I don't know what that means either. Vegan tattoo artist. Actually, really funny. There was a vegan tattoo artist at the festival I went to, and I was thinking about you. I was like, there's a vegan tattoo artist. Ha! It's like vegan tattoo. Thank you. Yeah. We don't need to talk. We don't need to hear that person anymore. Oh, I see. There it is. I enjoy hunting and fishing. So again, you guys, why is it immoral? I'm sure you agree to do that to humans. Should we start hunting humans? They're overpopulated. They're spreading disease. Many of them are starving. I mean, why don't we just go out and treat them like we do the deer and any other animal that we call a pest? Why don't we do that? Is it because...
Yeah, it's something like, what is it, 30 or 40% of the fish that are caught and thrown in or hooked in the face and thrown back, like die due to the...
just the stress of being
due to
pulled
that?
out of the water. Are you talking about like large scale bycatch, or are you talking about like when fishermen's are, they're just picking fish out of the water and then releasing them? Yeah. I mean, that's
Catch and
like
release,
the most,
yeah.
what they claim to be the most humane, and they don't even know the damage that they're causing when they do it. They think they're just having this peaceful day out on the water, and really they're actually creating the worst day for somebody else. They're making pulling
Extreme
someone into a
violence.
space where they can barely breathe and eventually will pass away if they stay out of the water. And
Imagine being that fish, like going along your whole existence there, and then all of a
by
sudden
your
someone's
face
yanking
too.
you out
Like,
of the water.
yeah.
Yeah, with a hook.
And then like you're also pulling
man.
against that because you don't want to be taken. So this hook is being pulled even harder into your body. Like, and when they like have to take the hooks out, often it's inside of the fish, right? Because the fish swallowed it. So now it's on something delicate, and they often just rip it out of there.
Like, how don't you get when the fish is freaking out that they do not want to be in that experience? Like,
what is the
wake
benefit of
up,
that? What you
people.
could do instead is do vegan fishing, right? Have those magnets, and you can use the similar poles even, and just you'll collect things that other boaters have dropped in the water. Fancy rings and
Yeah, you
things
grab
that are
a
actually
ring.
worth some money, and you don't take anyone's life in that process, and you get to still enjoy the fish that are around you and the nature and just hanging out. Like, I do not understand fishing. I do not get it. When I was actually much younger, oh, hey, Stasia, I didn't see you there. When I was much younger, my grandma took me fishing, and that was probably one of the most traumatic moments I've had because I've never been hunting, but we went there's a place where you can fish off of a giant bridge. And I remember catching fish, and she was like, okay, now you have to bonk their head on the railing. And first of all, they are slippery, right? They're wiggling. They don't want to be there. So you're holding on to someone who's slippery and trying to escape you. And it was the worst experience. There was blood everywhere. And I remember watching them in the bucket, like they're still twitching. Terrible. Yeah. And I just don't understand how people get peace out of
Yeah,
that.
you were talking about fish, and just a funny story. My nephew loves the show Alone, where they try to survive in the wilderness, and of course there's a lot of people fishing. And one of the things that drives me crazy is they'll pick the fish up and put it in front of the camera, and they're blabbing away, and I'm like, it's suffocating. But the other thing is, he was watching this one episode where this girl got the hook stuck in her hand, and she was like screaming in pain. And I remember yelling out, so how do you think the fish feels? That's it. You're catching it in their mouth. Like, stop doing. I mean, these people in the wilderness, they have to survive, but still, the game show itself just shouldn't even
these
exist.
Game shows do so much environmental damage, and it's absolutely unnecessary. All the animals that they go out and wipe out just for the camera. But they're just like yeah, exactly. They're
But
just
the
holding
fishing
it there. The
kills
fish
me.
is like,
it's awful.
I
And
don't
then-
want to be here.
Yes. It's like literally suffocating, and they're blabbing away, showing it off in front of the camera. Oh, it makes me crazy.
Interesting. So
It
I
just makes
made
me nuts.
a short that shows pigs in a homestead situation. I have another short that TikTok flagged of a fish. And I was like, wow. So even TikTok recognizes that fish is suffering. Yeah.
Yep. Suffering.
I thought that was
Interesting.
And the pig one they actually flagged as well. I had to peel them both twice.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, and there's still a warning over the pig one, and I'm like, this is the cleanest, most humane, way of like it's
So-called
quick.
way.
They're in
Yeah.
a small pen.
Yeah.
I'm sure they love those pigs. I'm sure that daughter he has goes out there and hugs on them, and cuddles them. I'm sure. But that doesn't matter. The injustice still happened, and TikTok saw it as just as injustice.
I have a movie. Speaking. Yeah. Have you guys seen the movie Cow?
Yes.
That I don't love the film because of what it's about, but I love the way the filmmaker did this film, because that is one of the quote, end quote, good ones, good places, right? Where they're not, I mean, they're doing standard practices,
but they're
which
like,
I consider abusive, but
they're the farm that
abuse
everyone
the way
defends.
other people think
that's,
of it.
That's
is not
the farm
happening.
everyone thinks they're getting stuff from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They call them girlies, and they don't, it's not like they're beating them or yanking on their tails. But I love that film because she caught some amazing moments, and the ending to me, I think that for people that aren't vegan, I think it would really impact them if they sat through that whole movie and saw what happened at the end, and how I don't even know how to say it, how cold and businesslike it is, you know? And then the very end with her, with her baby, and you're like, oh yeah, the cycle goes, well, now here we go again. But I love that. I love that movie, because for people that don't, and it's not that I don't think people shouldn't watch the graphic ones. I do. I think if you're going to insist on consuming animals, then you should know what happens to your food before it gets to the supermarket. But for people that refuse because of the, they don't want to be grossed out, I think Cow is a great movie, and I think it has the same impact.
Same thing as Cow, except for it's in black and white, but no words, just following the individual. And Gunda is a pig, a mother pig on a free range hog farm. So she has a pen in a really big space compared to most pigs in that situation. And she gets to be with her piglets for quite a while. The ending, though, like, you don't see her have the same ending as in Cow, but you see her babies being taken from her. And you can see the distress, even though she has all these luxuries, if you want to call them. She still is experiencing extreme injustice. She's stressed because her babies are now gone. Yeah. And again, best farm, supposedly, best practices.
Right. One of the good ones, right? Where they're treated well, right? Well, even in Cow, like after Luma is the cow that they follow, after her baby gets taken away, they show her not even eating. She's so upset. Like, you can see it. You can see her. You can just see it in her eyes. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
If people can't push themselves to watch Dominion and they're not vegan, Cow and Gunda are great alternatives, because they still show you standard practices, but they show you that ideal farm. You think that it can be done. It's like, there is no right way to do the wrong thing. That's what those taught me. There's just no way. There's no way. Yeah.
100%.
Oh, hey, veganer.
Yeah, I have to say, the worst farms that I ever witnessed were the small ones. The larger ones are generally like, you'll have more eyes and more people around, maybe some cameras. So yeah, I definitely can attest to, like, even the cases that would come across my desk when I worked for the government. Many of those cases were just people that farmers from around that whistle blew on their neighbors because of what they were doing.
Interesting.
And these were small farms, like they were like tiny farms comparatively. So
yeah, and people think it's the opposite. I mean, sometimes it is the opposite, right? I mean, look at what happened with Fairlife. I mean, they've been investigated 4 times and caught all 4 times doing really bad stuff. But no, you're right. A lot of people think the smaller farms, because they're smaller, that they love their animals just like their companion animals, and they're treated so well, but that just isn't the case. No. A lot of these people see these animals as products, because they grew up in that life. It's all they know. And, a lot of these smaller farms are generational. They're just, the business is passed down from family to family to family, generation to generation. And they've just become desensitized to it,
I'm sure it was also put in a manner that means, like, it's a necessary evil. I feel like the families that are passed down farms, like, we have to do this. This is how we feed people. And maybe at some point that was the case, but that's not the case today.
Well, or it's our livelihood.
Yes.
Yeah, or it's our livelihood. Themselves, they have to survive, and how are they going to survive? And they don't know there are programs out there that actually help you transition from farming animals.
And it used to be that farmers followed kind of the markets. I mean, they still sort of do, but a lot of times it's following through also government contracts. But it used to be that they would grow what people demanded.
Right.
And they still kind of do. Right. If we tell our government we don't want these things, our vote still matters. But it was more direct back in the day. Yep. So farmers knew they had to be agile and versatile with their land. Now they're like, I've been doing it the same way for so long. It's like, I mean, your land has probably lost its ability to do the same thing over and over again, right? You do have to keep things rotating. And I don't know. We honestly, as we all know, we could greatly reduce our land use. Many of these farmers could probably be paid to just maintain wild lands or to just let their land rewild. Then it's no trouble on their backs and it's still their land and they would still be getting an income.
Yep.
But I don't know. There's a lot of solutions we could do, and we definitely have support for the farmers, but the main focus, like we all know, is rescue those victims, like those beagles. Every time I think about the beagles, I'm thinking about the chickens that are in those same wire cages, the pigs that are in those farrowing crates or the gestation crates. I can't stop thinking about how we do this. It's like we need to stop.
I know. I think that all the time. I'm like, I understand this started way back when as a necessity, but how we got to where we are today and what we do to these animals, I don't understand how anybody thinks that any of that is right, because it is not. It is so wrong. And I just don't understand how
the only thing I can think of was like when I saw Christspiracy, and like I also learned that capital came from owning cattle. Like their heads were they're like how many heads of cattle you had was how rich you were, how wealthy you were. And so I can't help but think that that's probably why, is that we started out with them being the currency. So it was our first time objectifying them. And then it became, after that, it was like, oh, we have to do this. And I feel like there's a lot of manipulation through potentially lying to people about their religions, because people use their religions often to be like, no, I have to. God says I have to sacrifice an animal. But I've learned through Vegan Heretic that that's not the case. By the way, anybody who is super religious in the Abrahamic religions, please reach out to Vegan Heretic. I just saw him in the chat. He does great YouTube videos breaking down the Christian Bible and how it actually relates with veganism and what God is trying to communicate through his stories when it comes to veganism. I do really like the point that he made, and I think this was brought up during that Jubilee debate as well. That Jack guy said this, but in the Abrahamic religions, right, you've got the Garden of Eden, that beginning creation story, that everything's perfect, no one's using each other. The end times, very similar. No evil on my mountain. The lion will eat straw with the ox. So we're sandwiched by veganism, and then in the middle, we're living in sin. It's like, why wouldn't you think the moment that you're in sin, when you're supposed to be always doing the right thing in the face of sin, that using animals is another test? Because you're like dealing with that idea of pleasure, right? Your pleasure versus doing the right thing, which is to not exploit others. So even though you're gaining this huge benefit, shouldn't you do the right thing and have mercy and compassion and be benevolent towards those that are vulnerable to you? But that's just my take. I'm not religious.
I think honestly, no. And I always say to people, and it's not, and listen, I'm not a religious person. I was raised Catholic, and I haven't practiced since college, but I respect the fact that people have a faith and that's what works for them in their life. However, I think when it comes to a lot of these excuses, I think it's a combination of fear of change, because food, and I've said this before, humans live to eat. We don't just eat to live. The rest of the animal kingdom eats to live. It's survival, period, and that's it. But human beings have to enjoy what they eat, and we celebrate with food. It's just a huge part of our lives. And so when people think of changing that, they're terrified. They don't want to do it because they don't think they're going to like the new, the new way that they eat. But I think that they use any excuse they can to justify it because of that fear, and because deep down they don't want to contribute to the injustice, because they do know that there are injustices. They do know that these animals are not treated well and not living well, So there's guilt there, and I think a lot of times when people get angry at us, it's just because we're triggering that guilt.
No, that's 100%
honestly. I know
what
they
it
don't
is.
want to admit that,
Right.
but yeah. So I think that people look for any excuse to justify it because they know they should change, but they're
agree
afraid.
with you there.
And when it comes to religion, that's the same thing. But I always say to people, First of all, that if you're going by like the Bible, that was written at a different time when people didn't have the choices we have. God is not talking to you in 2026. He's talking to those people who lived at that time. Like, use your religion to be a better human. Don't use it to justify continuing to do
It's
the
like
wrong
using
thing.
it for selfish things is the opposite of what the Bible even preaches, right? It's supposed to be like help others and use your privilege to bring up those that are being treaded upon. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt very much if Jesus returned today, he would really he would like the factory farm
this
system.
is what I wanted.
I don't think God and
I
Jesus
wanted my
would agree
white
with
robes
that.
to be soaked in the blood of innocence.
Right.
Ugh. Yeah.
Exactly. I just don't
I
think
agree.
that they would be for it. I don't. I think they would expect people to be
I saw
better,
Vegan Heretic
you know?
said, VSL, you nailed it. Thank you, Vegan Heretic. That means a lot. I just like that he's providing, because I don't, like, because I'm not religious, I don't want to offend, and I don't want to sit there and try to dissect someone's beliefs into that.
Right.
That's not why I'm here. So I'm really glad that he's out there providing that sweet niche for people that, like, maybe I can't answer all your religious questions, but Vegan Heretic can, because he's got that background. So, and go watch Christspiracy. It's such a great documentary, but maybe reach out to or watch Vegan Heretic first, because I feel like there are some things in Christspiracy that aren't maybe fully explained that he does cover. But either way, both resources are great. So if you just do either one, you can't go wrong. But Vegan Heretic is great. I see Lana Lee. I don't want to bring you back up here because you just were going through like the laundry list of excuses. You were very kind, and it did feel at first that you were being honest, but your questions came at a weird order. Like you mentioned endometriosis towards the end, and I feel like that would have been one of the first things you brought up if you actually had that. So I don't trust you. I'm sorry. So Lana, if you could put it in the chat, I'll read it in the chat. I just don't want to be dragged on for 20 minutes playing vegan bingo. I want to talk to people genuinely about their obstacles. I become vegan. You're vegan now? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, sometimes you just you can't talk about it so much. You just got to do it. Just do it. You don't have to tell us.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Lana, I'm really glad. So I'm glad to hear that you're going to go vegan. You searched? That's awesome. I just don't want to spend a long time, answering a bunch of questions that maybe you don't actually have. But I'll bring you up for a second because you said you're vegan. Okay, we'll say hello. I think I just saw that Chip guy liking something. Are you in here? Huh. I don't know where I saw it. I thought I saw it for a split second. It said that Chip guy. If anybody, by the way, since we're in the middle, there he is. Before I actually, he's sneaky.
He's sneaky.
I do want to throw this out there, actually, since we're kind of in the middle. I do want to say, go follow all the vegans that are up on my panel. Great vegan animal rights activists, okay? They're always active. They're up on panels. And when they're not active, you'll see content come out on their pages too. But often they're on other panels. You can hear them, you can ask them questions, or just hear them defending the animals and learning from that as well. All of them, though, great animal rights activists. Please go follow them. They've got Lori. I'm sorry, it's opposite. You got Lori, Two Spirit Veg. You've got the 40-year-old vegan. Say it again.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I was just trying to say, I was just trying to tell people to go follow you real quick while we're in the middle of the live. Ian's got us all zoomed in, too. You can see the members of the YouTube. Real quick, because there are new people in here, I'm sure that everyone can see this little fun thing down at the bottom. So we wanted to provide something for the members. Oops. And I didn't really have anything. I was trying to make stickers, but my stickers are lame. So Ian made this. It's called Tiny Advocates. And we're hoping, eventually you can emote and shoot the fireworks and the stickers. Like he's doing all the hearts right now, but there's like fireworks. You can see him kind of exploding. And then there's like snow, and we want these effects to be available. Oh, I see, because he's zoomed in, it takes a minute for the snow to come down. We want these effects to be available to those that are on the train. Oh, look, the stickers. Yes. tradition, though. Yeah.
That is
So
funny.
that's what we're hoping to. And then also you'll be able to change your avatar in there. So you'll be able to customize what they look like. Right now they're just randomly generated as an animal, but you can make them a person wearing, like you can see me, I'm the pink one with bunny ears. I'm just a person with a bunny mask on, whereas everyone else is like an animal suit. And then there's Ian right there. But yeah, so we wanted to provide that for our members. It's something that's still experimental. So we're still trying to, improve stuff. Like I said, I want it to be interactive, but I love that Ian's got the little protein though. Oh God. Oh, hey, Axel.
That's awesome. I love it.
Hey.
So good.
Does anybody want to try talking to Lana? I just feel that it was, she's very sweet. It was just, she was asking a lot. I felt like it was like a vegan bingo.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
I mean,
I can.
Okay.
Or 40 can. It doesn't
No,
matter.
All right, I'll bring up
you go
Lana.
ahead, Axel.
All right, Lana.
Okay.
Hey,
right.
thank you for raising me. And I'm sorry for being weird. I know
No,
I
it's
was
okay.
a
If
little
they're
bit
genuine
weird.
questions, I'm okay with that. But
Actually, I was the thing that affected me for years from becoming a real vegan was I read books for people who follow meat diet, and they were praising their diet. But I searched for AI and Google, and it says that vegan live longer than even vegetarian and even ambivore, and there is less cholesterol, 30%, and a lot of benefits, and even for polycystic ovary syndrome. So
Yeah.
why not? Especially if it's moral, and yeah, I'm convinced now. I was just when I was 2 years vegan for trend reasons. It was trend back then when I was a kid. I was vegan for 2 years just as trend, but now I'm convinced. I'm convinced, really.
I
Thank
wasn't
you.
sure if you had more questions. So
Okay.
that's fantastic, Lana. I'm really happy to hear that.
Yeah, it's also cheaper. I found, yeah, it's cheaper and it's
Awesome.
easier
Well, I'm
also.
gonna give you a follow then. If you have any questions.
I made you follow a long time, and I
Yay,
followed
good. I was
your
gonna
guest
say follow
also.
all the vegans. Any vegans that you find, we'll answer questions.
I
So.
also, yeah, I entered the challenge 22, and I got the WhatsApp
Oh,
group, and I
excellent. That's
signed in it.
fantastic.
Yeah,
That is great news. Oh, that makes me so happy to hear.
yeah.
Good. Okay. Yes.
Thank you, and you're doing
Thank
great
you,
work.
Lana.
I
I
love you so
appreciate you
much.
too. You're amazing. I'm sorry that I dropped you earlier. I was just getting sus because some of the questions were getting weird.
It's
but
okay.
but
Yeah, I
you
was
were
a little
genuine.
bit
So
weird.
I truly
Yeah,
do
I know.
apologize then. Thank you for coming back.
It's
Oh,
okay.
thank you.
You are sweet too.
Yeah, W's in the
W
chat for
Lana.
Lana.
W
Thank you.
Yeah, that
Lana
was
in the
amazing,
chat, guys.
Lana. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
have a good day.
Love you. Bye.
Sorry, Axel, I set you up for that one and then nothing.
I was like, yeah, I got nothing. Yeah, way to go.
Well, it was great though. I wasn't sure because before she was asking a lot of questions. She was like, it was like towards the end she started to ask about like endometriosis and superiority and such. And so I was like, well, we already covered a lot of stuff already. I feel like this is almost disingenuous, but it sounds like she was genuine and she went and looked up her own answers and found out the truth. So that's fantastic. Dubs in the chat. It's amazing. Awesome. Oh, I think I may have accidentally added Ozzy. I was trying to find his profile. Oh, hey, Ozzy. Good. How are you?
Hey, how are you doing?
Are you vegan?
I'm well, thank you.
Oh, okay. Someone else I
No.
know named Ozzy that is vegan. So that's funny. It threw me off. No worries, Chip. That's okay. So why aren't you vegan, Ozzy?
So I would say I'm very much on the fence about the whole concept. There are, it's tough, but I would love to kind of know what is your main motivation, and then I can maybe
So
go
I'll
off
share
of
my
that.
main motivation, but real quick, I kind of want to ask Axel because I set him up for the last. Do you want to speak? That's okay, Chip. Don't worry about it. Axel, do you want to speak to Ozzy? Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
So Ozzy was just asking, what's your main motivation for being vegan?
So yeah, I mean, I guess the main motivation for anyone to go vegan would just be to not participate in exploitation to animals. Like we just don't view animals as property or like beings that are supposed to be subjugated to murder or something like that for hunting and stuff or fishing.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So in your ideal scenario, or at least the best we can get to, do you envision a world where there is no animal husbandry, basically?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, this one I'm more familiar with, so I'll definitely address why this leaves me with some hesitations. One of which being there are regions that, for example, you can't really grow vegan food per se, and vegan food to grow on scale requires things like manure, and artificial substitutes for manure are damaging to the soil and such. So I wonder if
So there's
Sorry.
a few things that I have to cut you off for. One, the main thing that we're here to do is to talk to you and your motivation to not go vegan. You brought up others, like your motivation is based off of others, and that's a little bit disingenuous because we're asking you. And then secondly, as far as manure is not like even the best fertilization. Like if you have plant compost and like wood ash, that is like far more effective to get all the nutrients, and then you just rotate crop. Um, as far as that, and then as far as indigenous people that live in areas where they can't do that, they stay in those indigenous areas out of culture, not out of necessity. So like it's a little bit nuanced there. Like we can have a vegan world. It's very possible to have a vegan world.
So I'm not fully sure what you meant by disingenuous. I was just trying to say these are my hesitations. So the reasons that you would bring, I have like a laundry list of hesitations for most of them. I've come across them before. That's why I'm not sure. I'm not. If you feel I'm being disingenuous, feel free to drop me. That's fine.
I'm no. It's not that you were being disingenuous. It's like disingenuous thinking, right? Because you're basing your actions off of others, where else you are in control of yourself. Sorry, I probably should have used a different word than disingenuous, but it's like you're kind of like misguiding yourself by basing your actions off of others.
But I base most of my actions off of others. Like other people convince me of things, right? Research is even another form of other people having provided me studies. I don't know what you mean by that.
So you only come to your conclusions off of others. So if somebody were to if it was like a very common practice to jump off a cliff, you would jump off a cliff?
Okay, I think you're missing my point. So what I mean is, I am not like doing raw research by myself, right? A lot of the conclusions I draw come from others, like for example, scientists that I trust to have done it correctly and followed some process. That
Okay, and most science backs of what I just said, as far as like rotation and like agriculture and wood ash and stuff like that. So if you're going to base it off of science, you probably should look at better science.
I mean, we have a consensus, right? We have that giant
the-
study that looked at our land use and said that if we stopped using animals, we'd actually free up a lot of land and still be able to feed 10 billion people. So we have a lot of evidence that actually shows a vegan planet would be
Yeah.
better for everyone.
So yes, okay, great that you brought that up. I would say so that I've seen before, and I think that supports that we should definitely significantly reduce our meat product
Why do you think we
consumption.
should use
But
animals?
even the farm that we farm.
Why do you think we need to use animals?
Why do you think I should use animals?
Yeah, why do we need to use
Need
other
to use
animals?
So
Why do you
apart
need to
from-
use other animals?
So, at least for like you mentioned the vegetation that we're growing. Some of it that we grow is
could you
byproduct.
could we just get into like your moral framework before we even get into like facts? Because you kind of dive past the.
I was trying to answer the first one.
What
but
makes you think
guys
we need to
then
use animals?
made me skip. So I think to be pragmatic, there's probably a mixture, like a
What do we
balance
need from
between
them
using
specifically?
animals and using.
Not just what you think. What's the evidence? What do we need from them? Okay,
do we
what
need from
do
them?
you need
Sustenance?
sustenance from them? What specifically? Why do you need milk and eggs?
Meat, these things.
Yeah, what nutrients do you need that you can't get from plants or fungi or bacteria or synthesis?
Yeah, I'm not denying that you can't do it that way. I'm just saying it's way more efficient to take advantage of these things if we have a healthy mixture.
Do you have any evidence based off of that? Like, do you know any do you know any like studies that will actually back that up?
I don't have them off the top of my head, but if you let me explain, I can give you my reasoning for it.
I mean, if you don't have evidence, you're just going
Okay.
off of emotion. You're just going off of how you feel.
I don't
If you
think
don't have
that's
evidence,
exactly
then
what
it's
I'm
just
saying,
purely
but,
your
you can
emotions.
make
It's
that.
just how you feel about things.
I mean, you can deduce things.
Yeah, so you haven't
based off,
told me why
like,
we need
logic.
to use
You don't
animals. All you said was
necessarily-
sustenance. You haven't said what specifically we need from them.
Yeah, it's more. What do you mean
You
specifically?
can get
There is a
everything you
substitute for anything you
need.
can get from
Exactly.
animals. I
So
don't deny
it is
that.
unnecessary
Yes, I
to
agree.
put
I
animals in
agree
other
already.
animals in this situation because you can use something else. Okay, so let's put it this
Sure,
way.
and that would be less efficient and more harmful.
Okay, go ahead,
That-
Axel. I keep taking over.
Yeah, again, yeah. No, you're fine. That's kind of what you're misguiding is the whole about. You're saying it's less efficient. Like why we asking for evidence is because you have this idea that it's less efficient, but if you don't have evidence based off of that, then
Okay, here's
there's-
evidence
like
that
to say
everyone
it,
was
yes.
taught.
I would like to claim
Here's
why.
something,
I would like
Ozzy.
to explain
Do you know what
why
the
I
trophic
deduced
pyramid
that.
is? Do you know what the trophic
I'm sorry,
pyramid is? It's
no, I
something that
don't.
we
I don't.
teach
I'm great
elementary
at that.
school. Yeah, we teach this in
Trophic, no.
elementary school. It's what everyone calls the food chain. And all
Okay.
it shows you is so it shows you the
Yes, I've heard
transfer
this
of
before.
energy in any given system, right? So just because what I'm trying to say is each step that you take on that ladder, you're losing 90% of the energy that went into the consumer prior. So you as an omnivore, hold on,
For
you
sure, but that's not what I
consuming
mean.
an herbivore, you're losing 90% of the resources that went into the herbivore. So your claim that it's efficient is actually false. Do you
Yes, I
understand?
understand,
You
but
said
that's
that
not
it's
my claim.
efficient. You said that using
You-
animals is not efficient. Ozzy, can you
Yeah,
at
but
least
I'm
admit
talking about a
Ozzy,
different
shut up.
factor. I'm not
Can you
talking about
admit
that.
you're wrong on efficiency? Can you admit
You're
that you're wrong on
strawmanning me.
efficiency? You can't admit it,
You-
even though I
you-
just pointed out it's
No,
basic
because you're
biology.
talking about a
Ozzy,
different factor.
Ozzy,
I'm not talking
shut
about
your
efficiency
hole.
in.
You're not smarter in this moment right now. Listen. The basics of thermodynamics say you're gonna lose energy. Ozzy, shut your hole.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Shut your hole.
You're right.
I'm saying that every time you go up on the step on that pyramid, you're wasting resources. How could that ever be more ethical than eating the plants directly?
May I have a second, like 10 seconds to speak
I don't know,
and
can you?
explain
Because
what
you
I
feel
mean?
like you
Because
shift the
you
goalpost.
misunderstood my
How
statement.
is using animals more efficient? I want you to
I'm
hear
not
the
shifting the
question.
goalposts.
You
You haven't
can't
let me
hear when you're
explain my
talking.
position.
Okay? I want to know why you think using animals is more efficient than eating plants directly.
Okay. So eating plants will give you more per calorie. I agree with you. You're right. But when I speak about efficiency, I'm referring to, for example, there are regions where
You
you
can,
literally
though,
cannot grow
Ozzy. So again, there is
vegetarian food.
scientific evidence, the largest meta-analysis on our land use, reducing food's environmental impacts through producers and consumers, found that we're dedicating 83% of our agricultural land to raising animals. We have starving people. Ozzy, shut your
One
hole.
second, I'm getting a call.
God damn it. I did
He's
hear
getting a
that, but it's
call,
just
he
like,
said,
I'm
so.
talking. No, you're right. I shouldn't be lashing out. I'm just frustrated because he's saying that it's ethical in some regions, but does he even know why that's the case? Because they still have to have plants to feed to those animals. It's often because there's an incentive to grow crops for other animals because that's where the money is. They want money. They're poor nations and they need money to pay for their bills. So instead of growing food for humans, because that's not as incentivized, they grow food to sell as grains to the West or to countries that are growing animals for the West. So that's why those countries don't have access to, their local native plant foods. Anyway, I'm sorry. Does anybody else want to share an opinion? Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I would love to hear if anybody else has a better take.
Well, like also, if we were to get into like this pedantic argument, Greenland is the least habitable landmass of human civilization, and they're managed to growing crop for human consumption and animal consumption. Sure, like a lot of their stuff is imported, but they are already working. They're one of the leading places for vertical farming at this point, and so they're also going to be able to start being self-sufficient based off of the fact that they are part of Denmark, which is so like Denmark is establishing them to be like the leading hub of vertical farming.
I mean, it
at the
just
moment.
shows that we can change our systems. We can make them better for everybody and lift everybody up at the same time. We don't need to use others or exploit others. I have Ozzy again. I'll remain quiet this time if somebody wants to speak with him.
I am curious how does efficiency tie into this not everyone can, because those are two separate issues. That's not efficiency. So yeah, like you can still have it extremely efficient and only in some areas. So I don't know where he was going.
I was going to say, if you guys want,
but yeah,
I
maybe
will
put
stay
him in.
quiet
Let's
this
see.
time. I'm sorry, Axel. I kept interrupting. I'll stay.
I have my friend Bob here if you want to talk to
The
him.
40-year-old anti-vegan. We might need Bob a little bit. We'll see. All right. Let's bring Ozzy back up. All right, Ozzy. I will remain muted.
Okay.
Sorry, I got a call.
No, you're good. Go ahead and describe why it's not efficient.
So I'm in agreement with you that eating vegetables per pound growth required for it, yes, of course, it is less efficient in that
per
manner.
calorie.
But that's not what per calorie. But that's not what I'm referring to. So, for example, you generate, let's say you're farming wheat or corn. There's like corn stalk, for example. That's an animal. That's a byproduct that humans don't eat, and it goes to waste. You can make maybe some fuel out of it.
No.
Okay.
No, see, we've heard this
Don't want me to
argument
finish,
before.
that's fine.
No, it's your argument is simple. I mean, maybe Axel can respond to it, but it's just so that we make it pretty quick. Your
Can you tell
argument
me what
is
my
that
argument is?
animals are fed byproducts, right? And animals don't eat the same part of the plant that we do. That's your argument.
This is not universal, but it is in some cases, yes.
Yeah. We've heard it before. There's no other reason why I interrupted you.
Is
other
that
than
your position why it's not efficient?
It's a combination. That's it, building the
Could I just
full
get
narrative.
to Could I just get to your
But I'm
actual
getting
position?
interrupted, so I don't know. Like,
Well, yeah,
you
but
understand?
you keep on saying stuff that isn't your position, and then they respond to that thing that
How
is
is this
not your
not my position?
position.
I am taking this position.
Okay, 2 sentences. I'll give you 2 sentences to put into your position why it's less efficient. Like
Right.
just
So I don't know. This is a very weird requirement you're setting. I don't know if I'll be able to articulate it in 2 sentences.
well, I established my position in 2 sentences. So
Great, your position is very simple. Mine is more nuanced.
I still don't understand what the position is.
So why? Yeah,
Okay, my
like the
position.
whole.
Okay, I'll give you the overarching position. My position is a balance, overall reduction in meat consumption, but there is a balance which allows us to still have a very little amount of meat still, based on all these factors that I would like to discuss.
Okay.
Ozzy, do you know what
could
we're
you-
standing? Sorry, Axel, but Ozzy, do you know what we're standing up here for?
Yes,
you
he
want
does.
a fully vegan world, which I
But
feel
why?
like that.
Why do we want that?
I believe it's as you
I
stated,
already told you.
for
Yeah.
morality. Yeah.
Yeah, but
To not
what does
have
that?
animals to be exploited and not be used as property or as an individual that is subjugated to murder for hunting and fishing and etc. That's what I gave you before.
Yeah. The moral reasoning for it. Yeah.
Do you think that solves the issue, Ozzy, if you reduce it? Do you think that what Axel just said, what we're going for, do you think you reducing solves the issue?
It doesn't necessarily 100%, but we don't do everything for absolutes, right? We could have a
So it does
healthier
not solve the
system.
issue. So it does not solve the issue. Okay, thank you.
We did function on absolutes when it came to abolishing human slavery in like against the Confederate States of America when they separated from the United States of America.
Yeah,
so
but
we
that
actually
didn't
did.
But they continued to do slavery, and then they did Jim Crow, then they did other things. Like it didn't fully get rid. You still have the 14th
The
Amendment. You
goal-
literally still have slavery in America in prisons.
Okay,
You
that
didn't
is
do an
different.
absolute.
That is different.
That's different, huh?
It is
You don't
different.
work in absolutes.
Are you
No,
saying
that
because
is
it still
different, though.
exists, you think it's moral? Ozzy,
Americans
answer me.
still
Stop dodging.
do it. I'm not saying it's moral.
Okay, what
No,
we're
I
talking
already
about
said
is
it's
what
immoral.
should be,
I already
not
said it's
is.
immoral.
You're getting wrapped up in the is-ought fallacy. We understand the rule or the world isn't necessarily fair, but we can make change. Sorry, Axel.
Yeah, and I just wanted to point out it's not the same thing because that is punishment versus being born into a situation, and you're punished based off of being born into the situation versus you actually committing a crime, and then you're forced to be in a situation. So it's a different thing. It's
I mean,
That's why
imprisonment
you
just to
is
cover
over-police
it,
black populations, right?
even
That's why you over-police black
even
populations.
if we're acknowledging that police are oppressive and to enslave is immoral, even with humans, how does this change your choices in demanding other animals be enslaved?
Yeah.
Right. I was talking about it from a pragmatic lens.
You know, you
What
keep
is
talking about it
achievable
from
and
the
what makes
oppressor's
sense.
perspective.
to
What about
still-
your victim? What do you think the animals want?
I think they want freedom, and some of them probably shouldn't
so
even
why
exist.
are you
because
demanding
they're
that they
not
be
like
perpetually
naturally-
raped so that more of them exist so you can lick their insides? That's how supply and demand works.
I think there's. I think
It
there's
doesn't
still
matter,
going to
Ozzy.
be
There's
cases
going
where
to be
you're going to want to be able to
racism.
feed people.
There are still
Description,
racists in
prescription.
the world. Does that mean that
Yeah.
I now have a moral license to act racist because you'll never eliminate all racism in the world? Or should I just not be
Yeah.
racist because
No.
out of principle, it's not fair to do that to others?
Yeah.
Also, Ozzy, we're advocating for abolition, right? Just like every single abolitionist was when it came to slavery. Was the solution perfectly provided? No, it was not. The system is still a little bit broken. But that's why the fight continues for abolition. That's why half-wit solutions like you are proposing don't work, because they don't solve the issue. They perpetuate it. So if you think the fact that slavery still exists is wrong, then you shouldn't be proposing half-wit solutions, because that just leads to the same thing, to the same problem we're in today. Instead, we should learn from how we dealt with that solution and say, no, this time we need to abolish it. And at the end of the day, Ozzy, as we are discussing these systems on and off, the question remains, because you have a responsibility. You choose to enslave and exploit animals. How can you, with a good, clean conscience, say that what you're doing is right?
Yeah. I don't think I can. No.
I think that you're just trying to do descriptions, right? When we're asking prescriptions, like we haven't even gotten to like the full substantiated reasoning based off of what you said. Like your whole position is that there's a whole list of things that get into the way of creating a vegan world, when we haven't even gotten into the fact, do you want a vegan world? Other than no, because we can't. Like if we could, would you want a vegan?
100%, yes.
Okay. there we go. Okay. So now that we know that we can, or you would want a vegan world if we could.
Yes.
So
yes, if we could, yes, I would want that.
Okay. All right. So now your whole premise is that we just can't, right? It would be great if we could, but we can't. So you don't want to push for it.
No, I'm happy if you guys are pushing for it, and I largely wanted to understand how some of those things that I feel are potentially impossible could be tenable. That's mostly what I wanted to understand.
So you're more of approaching like a semi-pessimistic approach. When here's the thing, with all that, you might actually be right. It might be impossible, right? We haven't accomplished a vegan world yet, so there might be variables that we haven't actually thought of yet. This happens every time that we have a whole world change, right? There's a whole lot of things that we run into. Like the whole prison system that you have acknowledged, where, you know, people are still being oppressed by law enforcement. However, we still should push for this abolition of all sentient exploitation, right? All sentient slavery, all sentient subjugation to murder, because we don't need to live off of this way. We can survive without eating animals. We can survive without using animals for entertainment, science, clothing, labor, and or for food, right? We can live without these things. So therefore we should do so because we can, and to do the other is immoral because we are robbing the autonomy of other sentient beings who want their autonomy to be respected.
So I have a couple questions then. Do you believe it's impossible to do any form of animal husbandry without it being immoral?
I mean, just switch humans for it. Like,
Well,
would it ever
like-
be moral to breed humans?
Well, I mean, maybe that's one of your stipulations, that you don't forcibly breed them. Like, you have to let them give them, for example, 64 acres of land so they
I
can free
would I
roam
would
and do.
say adoption is probably the closest form that would still be moral, but that adoption is limitedly moral. Like it's a limited threshold to where it's moral. Uh, and if we just
Like
keep
adopting
letting
a
them,
chicken or something?
yeah, adopting a chicken, adopting a pig, saving a pig from a slaughterhouse or a cow from a slaughterhouse, putting him into his sanctuary, like that would be that would be the closest threshold to being moral. But that there's a time threshold to where that's moral, because if we're just continuously doing so for the ends of fucking time, then like we're still continuously participating in some
Yeah,
form of
even
exploitation.
if they quote unquote
So
naturally mate, you're still gonna take away their baby, or you're gonna do something to them because you have to take what you want from them. If it's milk, you have to separate the baby so you can get the milk. If it's eggs, you have to have someone who has a mutation that overproduces eggs. Because when they were out in the wild, they weren't just dropping unfertilized eggs and the cows weren't overproducing their milk. We took them from the wild. We handicapped them by making them mate with individuals they wouldn't mate with. So now, yeah, maybe they do some natural, like the natural way, as you put it, but you're literally making two handicapped individuals based off their genetics make a baby so they make the perfect slave for you. That's still exploitation.
yeah. So
that's actually my next question, EVSL. So my understanding now is that there is a lot of animals in the husbandry industry that basically would not survive in the wild.
I'm not suggesting that.
And
no one is
you're saying
suggesting
that
we release them out in the wild. I think it's irresponsible for people to take dogs they don't want anymore and release them into the wild, right? That's the same thing. I think that because we have made them handicapped, because it's our fault, they overproduce wool, they overproduce milk, they overproduce eggs, their muscles are extra large. I think it's our duty then to take care of them because we're at fault for the state that they're in, that they can't really actually defend themselves. That's our fault. So as Axel, wow, I almost called you Alex. as Axel clearly pointed out, we should take them to sanctuaries or even incentivize farmers to transition to sanctuaries instead of farms to care about the best interests of those animals while they're here and breed no more.
Yeah.
And so let's say you have that sanctuary. What would it be acceptable to then, if an animal dies of natural causes?
I was going to say, you're still viewing them as an object. I'm sorry, Axel, go ahead.
No. That's a hard no, because you wouldn't go ahead and eat your family member, right? You wouldn't go ahead and eat you wouldn't be a refuge for anyone and then be like, oh, by the way, when you die, I'm going to eat you because I can. Like that's not a sanctuary. That's a trap.
It comes down to your mindset, because if you see someone as a walking hot dog, you're only going to care for what maintains a good product in the end. You're not going to actually care for their best well-being. So it's like having a child or anyone, like Axel said, if they were to pass away, or even your dog, that's all wasted meat. Why don't we do that to others that we love, that we don't consider livestock?
Yeah, that's fair. And how do you feel about lab-grown meat?
Okay, before we get there, I did want to mention one thing. So I think that most vegans would agree, like there might be some domesticated animals, like some bovine have already became feral, some pigs have already became feral and have been reintroduced into the wild. So there might be some animals that could be. Dogs are probably one of the least good ideas to put out in the wild because once they do become feral, they become like hyper aggressive and will just like destroy ecosystems, and that's never good. Or B, they starve to death. So like dogs are never a good idea. Cats are never a good idea. You know, like other animals and stuff like that. There is some animals that could be there. As far, but like it's just like most animals are going to have to just not be allowed to
And
like
we
breed
already do this.
and
We have birth
just live
control
out their
for those
life.
individuals, and it does actually increase the quality of their life and lengthen their life because their body isn't dropping all these resources into trying to make a baby. So there are things we can do to, and
Right.
something else is like these individuals, they don't necessarily think, oh, I'm going to mate and then I'm going to have a baby. They just have these urges. So it's fine that they express those urges, but we can protect them from the consequences of those urges.
Yeah, exactly. And then as far as the lab grown meat, dude, it's just super unnecessary to move to lab grown meat. That's just my position. Like, and to go through a stage to where we have to exploit animals, even if it's a lesser form, we're still robbing parents away from the babies and stuff like that. Super like pointless to go through this whole millions of dollars like put into lab grown meat when we already have plant alternatives, and like just because we like the texture and flavor of meat, like that's it. It's pointless. Like we don't need to go that route. It's going to slow down everything. It's not going to help anything. It's going to just like extend resources that we could be using for more logical reasons, like feeding
The
the
only
fucking
reason
world.
I would say we should have lab grown meat, if we can remove the exploitation, because obviously they're still exploiting someone. If they could remove that, I would love lab grown meat to flourish, not for human sake, but for obligate carnivore other animals, you know, because they also need help, and we can provide that with lab grown meat. Like a lot of us have obligate carnivorous companions, and not just kitties, right? There's snakes, there's other, not that we should be having pets anyway, but if you were genuinely giving someone help and you wanted to make sure they get everything, I feel like lab grown meat could be one of those solutions. But as far as humans, yeah, I agree with you, Axel, 100%. We don't need it.
Yeah, and that's mostly my opinion. Like, there's going to be other vegans that disagree, like, and say that like lab grown meat is fine. And but yeah, that's just like my position.
No, I
should
think that's an
probably,
accurate vegan
point that out.
opinion, because if someone's being exploited for like right now, there's no other way but to grab the cell from somebody. And that means somebody has to be born into existence to be used and have to have that genetic makeup that fits what they need. But I do believe that they're going to figure out how to do it, you know, from one cell and never have to use another animal again. I do look forward to that, because then it can be, I would be behind it then if they don't have to breed anybody into existence. But I don't mean to get in the way, though. I want you and Ozzy to continue talking. I feel like Ozzy's been quiet for a long time.
Sure. Yeah, that's just kind of my opinion. Go ahead. And go ahead, Ozzy.
My main point for mentioning that lab grown meat, because I just think it would be like, for example, when they came out with those vegetarian burgers and things of that nature, where it's fully plant based, but it tastes and has the texture, feels a little bit like meat, and it actually was enough to convince some people to become vegetarian and potentially eventually vegan.
Are you saying that those burgers did that, or is it a
sort of
question?
like,
I don't know if I understood that.
No, I saw this study like 16 years ago, so it's been a while since I've seen it. But it was about the introduction of these meat alternatives. The more like the closer they were to tasting like meat, the more effective they were at convincing someone to become vegetarian at that time.
That may or may not be true, but that doesn't matter because it's about morality. It's not about like a giving incentive to go vegan. It's about holding people accountable. It's
Holding
like,
people accountable.
yeah, like we don't incentivize people to not go out and grape. We don't incentivize people to not go out and murder. We don't incentivize people to not do immoral things.
But we did do that for slavery, for example, in Britain, right?
Well, I don't even think that was incentivized. We literally
they paid them for their slaves.
Hold on. They went to war and they died. Like the Civil War wasn't I'll grant you the Civil War wasn't initially.
I said the UK, not America.
Yeah, but whatever. I'm not talking about the UK. I'm talking about the Confederate States of America versus the United States of America. The Confederate States of America had to die in order to keep slaves. They had their own president. They had their own purposes, and they died. And a whole bunch of United States, the Union, they used a whole lot of men to die to end slavery or to fight for slavery. It wasn't this whole incentive, and it wasn't like that. They're like, you don't get incentivized to be a good person. You just do so out of your own prospect.
You usually do it because you're seeing an injustice that you wouldn't want to tolerate. That's usually why you feel uncomfortable about seeing others go through injustices, because you're like, if I was them, I wouldn't like that.
Right. I feel like this is me being pessimistic again. I don't see that as like effective. You know, like you need incentives, you need punishments to convince people who will not agree with you.
Well,
what is the incentive
before
to
we
not
get
murder?
too lost in it, I do
Just
want to be clear,
answer.
Ozzy, we're not talking about how you can convince others. We're talking to you about changing your habits. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you've already convinced me.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
I'm
think
on
about the
board.
abolitionists when it came to human slavery, like Axel was pointing out. You know, they were speaking to people, and if you like felt like being vegan wasn't enough, which is why we're out here, you can talk to people. There's nothing wrong with asking people their moral framework and how they choose to respect others, and pointing out that they share a principle with you, but they're not living in alignment with it by making someone be a victim. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's how we get a better society. But what we're asking of you right now is for you to just change your habits and your actions because you don't want to support slavery or exploitation. And as more people develop or adopt it's actually your own values, but once you align your actions with your own values, more and more people are inspired to also do the same. That's how every rights movement has worked. So it starts with you first.
May I add on to that? So like if I'm going to advocate for change, I have to be the change first, right? I can't effectively change anybody else unless if I'm that change. So if I go to like a politician and I'm like, I want more plant-based meals done in the city, and they're like, well, are you vegan? And I say no, then they're just going to laugh me off, you know? I have to take that accountability and responsibility first and foremost, and then transcend that into the world I want to see.
So basically, we're just trying to say you have a lot of power. Go ahead, Ozzy, sorry.
Right. I see it like from any moral question that we have in society today, there is no universal agreement on any of them. Even
Of course not. But what we're talking about is our own values, our own moral perspective, and we're pretty sure it sounds already like you agree with this. Like we actually do share a lot of values, and you agree that. Well, let me ask you: do you think that if we can avoid demanding someone's exploitation, that we should avoid demanding it? Yeah, that's just vegan values right there. If you can avoid doing it, you should. And simply speaking to other people, just saying like, what is that difference between other animals and humans that would really actually justify what we do to them? and you'll find that there is no morally relevant difference. Anything you point to that animals seem to lack or something that's weird about them, we have humans that have those same traits that we would agree shouldn't be exploited. So you learn that even though other animals are just in a different shape and maybe born from a different mother, maybe their priorities are slightly different, what matters is that we all care about what happens to ourselves. And that should be respected because I'm sentient and I want my sentience respected. So I should reflect that same respect to those that also are sentient. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no,
I mean, you
I
said
see
you
where
were
you're coming
convinced. I guess
from,
I just didn't want you to
and
feel overwhelmed that you have to be the one that changes the world. It's fine that you talk to people, and I do encourage that, but I want you to start with your choices first. That's what's more important in the beginning.
right, I've mostly already cut meat out of my diets. I have some byproducts of animals mostly now, but I'm slowly
Seen what
phasing
the
that
animals
out.
have to go through?
I gotta.
You have?
Yes,
Well,
yes,
okay, so
I've
you were
seen
in
it
the room.
firsthand.
Like, have you seen like standard practice?
Yes. I don't know if this is necessarily standard practice, but my dad was a meat
Okay.
inspector, so he took me with him a few times, and so it didn't
Okay.
sit well with me,
Yeah.
of course. But
We have
I'm an ex meat inspector as well. I changed 12 years ago.
Just shows you that anybody can change.
yeah. I have
for sure,
one
anybody
question.
can.
So I guess what is the thing that prevents you from just cutting all of it out of your life, like all forms of exploitation?
Well, at least where I'm living, I live in a desert, so
I do too.
It's tricky. I still don't fully understand how I have a healthy diet. Like I cut out for a while it completely, but then I ended up like having some problems, and so it was like trying to figure out what supplements I need to take and what I need to do to properly maintain a healthy diet without it. So I haven't done enough of the legwork yet, and I know it's possible. So don't take this as like I know it's not, but yeah, it's just a.
So one thing I just want to ask, we have tons of resources, like especially like Challenge 22. There's one that specifically Anna uses.
I do think
I
that
forget what it's
Challenge
called.
22 might be specifically helpful for Ozzy just because that access to the free dietitian is huge. I personally don't promote Challenge 22 because of where it's located in this time frame. It's hard for me to really want to. I don't know. I'm always leery about supporting companies that are from that place right now, but they provide such a needed service, especially for people who don't have access to free healthcare. That access to a free dietitian is huge. So I do think that Challenge 22 might be specifically helpful for you, Ozzy. You might enjoy that resource.
You said Challenge 22?
Yep. Yeah, and
is
it's
that a website or?
Yes, it is. So, and what it is it's a website that is based off of helping you transfer your diet, and they will have people on there to talk about like other forms of exploitation more in depth than we can within the day that we have with you. It's just based off of like they operate on WhatsApps and Facebook. So and they send you recipes based off of your location, your budget, and your nutritional needs. So you won't be having to worry about, the things that you're worrying about right now as far as
And
nutritional
based off
needs.
of where
They
you're
will
at
be able
too,
to
like
give you a
based on the
helping
area
hand.
and your budget.
Yeah, location. Yeah, so yeah, you're not going to have to worry about that. You're not going to have to worry about getting recipes from the US. You're not going to have to worry about getting recipes that are super expensive neither. Like none of that is going to have to be a real issue. They just want to help people change to be vegan. And the challenge is just 22 days because that's how long it takes to change a habit. And so Yeah, if that is probably like, I haven't really tried other ones, but as far as how to go vegan is like pretty rock solid to help you on the how of going
There's
vegan.
also, if you feel intimidated to reach out to anybody, I think How to Go Vegan is also just a website that you can browse through their resources. There's, if you just Google vegan Dailey Dozen, you'll come across a checklist that shows you everything you need from a whole food plant-based diet. I have it here, but I don't know if you can read it because it's going to be really, oh, you kind of can. Oh, my face though. Darn, you can't really see it, but this is just the Dailey Dozen right there. All those little check boxes right here. These are all that you need in a day. And if you just Google vegan Dailey Dozen, you'll find that same list. And you can go to nutritionfacts.org. It's on their website. Easy checklist on how to get everything you need in a day.
I'm typing in the chat and just trying
Yes,
to copy
vegan
and
Dailey
paste
Dozen,
what you said.
perfect. And How to Go Vegan, beautiful. Yep. Those are the like simplest resources for as far as like where to start with your diet. But you're gonna, and just know that as you go along, you're gonna make mistakes. There's things will happen, but the goal is that you just don't want to support this. You're gonna do everything in your power to avoid demanding it. And if someone hands you something you don't know and mistakes happen, don't focus on the fact that you made a mistake and now you can't be vegan. Just keep going. Keep every choice you come up to. Is this fair for them? Do I really need to use them? Can I go without? That's all veganism is.
Yeah, and I think one thing that a lot of even like long-time vegans sometimes forget is that veganism isn't necessarily a lifestyle, it's a choice that dictates your lifestyle. So everything that we do within veganism is just choice. It's if like, so when people decide to no longer be vegan, right? They made that choice to no longer be vegan. When people continue to be vegan, they are making that choice to be vegan. And so if you give yourself that power of choice, you'll be reminded a lot more of why you're doing what you're doing. And that's kind of the thing that I wouldn't say a lot of vegans, but like some vegans run into. Like I think most vegans understand that it's
Oh yeah,
a choice.
it's recognizing that you have a
but-
choice and taking responsibility for the consequences of those actions and choosing, consciously to not demand someone's exploitation. So I can understand what you're saying, yeah. Because sometimes doing the right thing isn't the easiest or most convenient thing or the most pleasurable thing. Sometimes the right thing is the hard thing to do, but it's the right thing to do, and so you got to do it. Is there anything holding you back, Ozzy? Is there anything, do you think that after you leave this conversation, you'll be able to make choices that are in alignment with your own values, like living vegan?
I think
Okay.
I need to do some legwork.
Yeah, definitely
to
check
make
out
sure
those
I don't
resources.
fuck this up again. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Excuse my
If
language.
you go to antianimaluse.org, I also have brought together a lot of those resources. Challenge 22 isn't in there, but everything else is. There's also 10 weeks to vegan in there. They have a dietitian as well, but you don't have a one-on-one with them like you do with Challenge 22. That's why I'm like, Challenge 22 still has a lot of those other challenges beat because they have a free service of talking to a professional, which is huge. But the 10 weeks does a similar thing where they provide you a group. And so there's two things that are really big for people maintaining being vegan is that they have access to a professional that can calm their fears about nutrition and help them, because most of us aren't taught how to actually eat. We're just eating out of habit, tradition, or convenience. And then the other thing is community, having others to talk to when you're thinking about things, or maybe you have this urge and you're like, how do I how do I calm down this urge because I want to maintain being vegan? You'll actually talk to other vegans that are going through similar situations. So just remind you, think about the victim, maybe watch some footage. But having community is huge because you have someone to turn to and talk to that's, hasn't been vegan for years, but maybe in the same boat as you. So it's a little easier to relate with others. Challenge 22 does that, and so does the 10 weeks to vegan. 10 weeks to vegan is in my anti-animal use page. So I would just encourage you. It sounds like you just got to check out the resources for a minute. Would you be willing to come back to the live or reach out to any of the vegans or myself and just give us an update after you've come across those resources?
You want me to do it
You
after
could tell
22
us if
days?
you
Or?
joined the challenge. I would love to just know that and know how it works for you as you go. I would love to be part of that community for you. If you want. I obviously want you to do it on your
I
own
think I can do
accord and
that.
reach out. I wouldn't want to harass you, but I would love to, be able to be like your little cheerleader or your champion on the side because it sounds like you actually do agree with us and you're understanding what we're saying.
Yeah, it's mostly just my
Pessimism.
pessimism.
Honestly, I was
But yeah,
not much different when I first went vegan. It was because I read a book called Skinny Bitch, and it was just about getting skinny, but it talked about the animal suffering in it. So I went plant-based for like a month after that, but I kept looking at other footage and documentaries and even health stuff. I was watching a lot of health people on YouTube. And the evidence just all comes together that veganism is just best in every aspect. I came also to the conclusion that even in the best case scenarios, there's just no right way to do the wrong thing. Not to overwhelm you. And maybe I should add these to my resources, but there's like 2 documentaries we were talking about earlier. Gunda, which is about a pig that lives on a free range farm, and Cow, which is about a cow raised on a dairy farm. And these are both free range, small scale farms where the farmers care about their animals. They give them little fun nicknames and they cuddle them and whatever. But these documentaries really do make it clear that even in these nice farms, there's just you can't separate that exploitation. Yes, they maybe have a few pleasurable moments, but the end makes you realize that I would never tolerate trading places with them. And those are the reminders of when you have urges. You watch those things and ask yourself, is that really fair for me to have sensory pleasure? As far as like your access to things, you'll just keep, like I said, the dietitian will help you because they actually look in your area for things that meet your budget. So that'll be huge for you too. But you'll learn that there are a lot of things that have been in front of you the whole time you didn't even know were vegan. And that's kind of the fun part when you first go vegan. You start looking for it and you're like, I had no idea this was here. So there might be a lot of things that have been hiding in plain sight from you. Awesome. Well, Ozzy, I appreciate you coming up here.
Thank you
we spent
for
some
your time.
time, so I appreciate you really taking the time to try to understand veganism.
And appreciate you answering my questions. I will. I've copied a list of some of these things, so I'll.
Can I ask you
look
one last
into
hard
it and
question,
see
actually, before you go?
what changes I can make.
How many more animals
Sure.
do you want exploited for you? Is it more than 0? Exactly.
No, it's
exactly
ideally negative.
See,
if I can
that's
make it
vegan
happen.
values right there. Exactly. So that's your own values. You just have to align your actions with it. And that's let's go vegan.
go.
Ozzy, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Ozzy,
And,
I got one more thing.
Sure.
You've been having a whole lot of vegans come at you all at once. You took in a lot of information. So that's a lot more than I could say for most people. I think you're gonna be vegan, bro. Like if you can handle all this information coming at you all at once with all this like angles of argumentation, dude, I think you can figure out how to be vegan because this was much more complicated.
Oh
than
yeah, for
actually
sure.
going
Yeah,
vegan.
you're gonna find that living vegan so much easier than this conversation.
I would say, Alex, I was already pretty warm to the idea, I just I think I need to get over
again, that
my
comes from
pessimism.
community. You know, if
If
you're
nothing
surrounded by
else.
people that aren't vegan, you know, you're not going to hear that veganism is possible. So I totally
Oh yeah.
understand that feeling because like I said, I read that Skinny Bitch book and I did start to feel like my contribution does nothing. I was surrounded by non-vegans, people that wanted to keep using animals and were even offended by me trying to live a plant-based lifestyle. So I do understand that feeling. And that's where the communities in those other, like the Challenge 22 or the 10 Weeks to Vegan, that's where that community is great. And also us, you know, just going up on vegan panels and talking to vegans is great too.
There's literally evidence of that, like in the chat. This guy Omar being homophobic, anti-Semitic, anti-Somali,
Wow,
all
that's not
all
okay.
in one sentence about being.
That's a
vegan.
report situation. That's not okay. I don't understand. Well, most likely that individual is a child, and moral patients don't necessarily understand morality fully. They just do things, you know, because they're bumping into walls all the time. So I do try to block those people because I'm also protecting them from themselves. But we don't need to deal with their journey on learning about bigotry. We don't have to suffer for that. But anyway, thank you for pointing that out.
And before I go, I just want to say that chip guy. I appreciate what you said earlier. That resonated a lot with me. So I'd say thank you, and you guys all have a great day.
Thanks for being open-minded, man. It's a
Super
very
important.
important
Ozzy,
thing.
go follow that chip guy on YouTube. Both Axel and that chip guy and David, the 40-year-old vegan, they're all on YouTube. So you can follow them on there as well.
I'll look for it when I find that.
Yes,
video.
Gunda is a good one. Yes. All right.
Take
Thank
care.
you, Ozzy. You have a good day. Wow, that was amazing. That was amazing, you guys. I was honestly really pessimistic about the conversation, but that really turned around really well. That was amazing. Yes, exactly, vegan heretic. Woohoo!
Because Axel's in.
That's
Because
exactly what it
Axel's
was. I
in
wasn't
black and
distracted
white.
with colors.
Grayscale.
Yeah, Stubbs in the chat.
Damn it, Axel.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, wait, Dubs in the chat for Axel's black and
Oh
white.
no, I might have started something. I might have started something. There's a feud between Axel and Chip about the black
really?
and white grayscale.
Oh my God, Axel! Why black and white?
I think I did hear that conversation.
I love you, Chip. I love you, Chip.
I think there's going to be a debate set up sometime about it, maybe next week.
Thank you, Ozzy.
We should.
Thank you, everyone, too, who donated. Ozzy just donated a heart. I didn't announce that. 40, you gave me 2 of those little kitties. Thank you. Sarah just blasted with freaking a bunch of stickers. Thank you, Sarah. That was very sweet of you. The future is vegan. I think you even donated to others on the panel. Thank you so much for that. And then David, thank you. Let's see, what is that? It's like a goopy bunny. A green bunny. I didn't see that one. Dang it. And then a little dinosaur. Oh my gosh, so cute. And then Sarah, definitely. Yep, there you go. Everyone got a little poofy heart. Damn, Sarah. Herbivorous, thank you so much for the heart. Chip, you gave me 5 roses. Thank you. No, you gave them to Axel. Thank you for that. That's so sweet. Yeah. Oh, you guys, thank you. Yes, we need.
My God,
Thank you
Ozzy,
guys.
thank
Oh
you.
my gosh, vegan matriarch, thank you. Oh my gosh, you also were blasting at Jessica.
Wow,
Oh my
thank
gosh,
you.
Two-Spirit Veg. You guys, I can't even keep up with you. Oh my gosh. Captain, is that underpants? I can't see the under. I'm going to assume underpants. Sent me a laughing taco.
Dude, holy.
And then I think I saw Keith. I know, too many.
Too
This
many
is so
gifts.
many. I'm like, oh my God. I saw Keith in there too. Oh, thank you. Oh, you gave Chip the little money gun.
Gonna break the algorithms.
Thank you so
Thank
much for the gifts. Oh my gosh. I was working and I just looked and I'm like, oh my
bananas
God.
in there. Thank you
Thank
guys.
you.
Oh, wow. Yes, definitely a win for the panel. Awesome panel. Yeah, and like I said, that last conversation, I had my doubts, but he ended up being a genuine soul. So that made me happy that, you know, as a team, we brought him closer to being part of the group. Also, I see some W's
Teamwork.
in the
Let's
chat
go.
for
Yep.
David, for Chip, for Axel. Dubs in the chat for the whole vegan panel. Dubs in the chat for Lori, for Stasia. Thank you guys. Thank you. Oh, and I also saw, I actually wanted to announce this. It already disappeared on me. I was going to announce it way earlier. I saw Sabby Coops gave 5 memberships away. Thank you, Sabby. That was so incredibly sweet of you. So thank you so much. And yeah, that means more people might have access to coming up onto the little tiny advocates. Yeah, I'm hoping eventually, like I said, to get them so that, you know, they're interactive, so you can like make emotes. Like right now, you can do you can't, but the stickers are like hearts, and you can see all the fireworks, and then the little like meat or protein though, or tradition though, all those little stickers, you can have those pop up above your head. So we're hoping to make it more interactive for sure. But with that, I think I'm gonna call it. We don't have any more requests either. Yeah. Is anybody else going to go live today? Anybody want to shout out?
Can I just my friend here wants to say something.
Yeah. This is Bobby again. My cousin, actually, his name is Bob. We have the same name, and he tried one of them vegan. Is that how you say it? Vegan sausages. And he said it was pretty good. We were just talking earlier. He said the vegan sausage was pretty good. So maybe one day I'll have one.
Oh, I don't even know what to say. I guess we're just gonna drop David. You and your surroundings of non-vegans just can't handle it. All right. Well, oh, I see Ozzy. Ozzy, do you want to say something real quick? Or maybe he's there. Hey, Ozzy.
Hey, as my first, I guess, good deed of the night. If you ever need help with getting bigger lives and stuff, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you get more reach. If it gives you any reference, it's just when I go live, I do average about 2K viewers. So
Well, that's
I totally
amazing,
help.
Ozzy.
Wow.
Well, I
Thank
think
you.
I'm following
Wow.
you. Let me make sure. I'm following you. So
Let's
I'll reach
go.
out to you if that's the case. But I really want to be there for you. So I don't want to like abuse your tie to me already. If I can't.
No, it's mostly like I think what you guys are doing is very good, and it's the right direction. So if I can help in any way, just let me
That's
know.
amazing. Yeah, it's amazing
Definitely.
that you know
Thank you.
learned about some things today, and you're like, you know, I want to do the right thing. I want to be on the right side of history. That's big. Most people don't come back and want to help, so that's huge. Yeah. Thank you,
Right.
Ozzy. I really appreciate that. You as well.
You guys have a good night. I'll
Ozzy, the
see
new
you all.
vegan. New
Based.
animal rights activist.
Let's
Dubs in the chat.
go.
Yes.
And on the best
I
day
know, right?
ever, he turns vegan. What's
I love it.
today?
It is
Hey,
for yes,
420,
exactly.
everybody.
It's my holiday. I'm gonna go celebrate after
What?
this.
Oh yeah.
Anna, you didn't realize that it was
I
420
did know that,
today.
but I was like, I don't think there's any way I can tie it into my live without my live getting taken down. So I quelled it for now. But it is my holiday. I'm gonna celebrate and be happy today. Y'all should celebrate and be happy, and you know, do whatever makes you feel really happy in the day, because that's really what it's about. It's just feeling good. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if no one
There
else
you
is
go.
going live, I think Universe might be going live some point today. He goes live almost every day, it seems like. So definitely go check out Universe. And I think Jim, actually just Gem Lettuce. Wow, I blanked on her full name. Go look up Gem Lettuce on both TikTok and YouTube. She'll be live, I believe, tomorrow. So I think. Okay. I didn't see
Yes.
I don't think I saw the pre-post, or maybe it was last week and she changed the date. Okay.
Yeah, she wasn't feeling well, and she just updated the live to this Tuesday.
Tomorrow.
So that'll be, at 7:30 UK time. So I can't
It'll be
remember.
1:30
Yes,
Anna's time.
exactly. Thank you,
Okay.
Axel. Wow, that was quick
Yeah.
return on doing the math on that. That was awesome.
I know it based off of my time because
Oh,
you're only an
right.
hour behind me, so
That
I
makes
know
more
my
sense.
time.
That's pretty fast math.
Axel, how do you read time in the 1930s, bro? Like, how does that work?
I don't know. I just go by 24-hour clock, you
works.
know.
I have a stick in the back and the sundial. Yeah. All right.
There you go.
Base my time
on
off
the
of compass.
Oh my gosh. You guys, I could sit here forever and just yap at you. I'm so sorry. All right, I'll end the live, and then who's ever going live, I'll probably be in your audience. So with that, go follow. Oh, sorry, Larry, go ahead.
Okay, cool, great.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say cool.
Yeah, I'm going to try
You
to,
guys in
I
the-
really do want to watch more lives. I've been taking breaks because I'm doing a lot of editing. So I do want to get back to my habits of watching other lives. Go ahead.
I have one more update. What I was saying is they don't have a whole lot of further information on based off of the charges. They did manage to get charges, but they were trying to get. That's not enough, obviously. That them charging because it was the council that laid out the charges against Ridgeland. But they are still trying to get a hold of the governor to get more specifics of what the charges actually are, and to just get the dogs
I'm glad
out
that
of
they're
there
still fighting
completely.
for that.
So that's
Axel.
Go ahead, Chip. Sorry.
Yeah.
Axel, if
sorry.
Axel, would you stream in color if they drop the charges?
Damn. Can we set up
Yes,
a debate
please.
over this? Can we get a confirmation?
Everybody come with their studies.
All right, we could.
How many animals to stream in color?
I mean, I bet if you guys actually started out with a debate between you two, you would pull in a lot of non-vegans because they're like, oh, the vegans are fighting. And then you can just turn to them.
Let's do it.
Gotcha.
Smart
There you
vegan
go.
versus black and white vegan.
I love it. That would be really entertaining. I would love to see that. But anyway, okay, I'll end the live. And like I said, whoever's live, I'll go check them out. Please follow all of these vegans. Yes,
Yeah, see you
please
later.
go check out Lori. She's often on Universe's panel, but she goes on other vegans panels. She's very outspoken, great, strong background to ask about. She comes from a lot of, I don't know, I don't want to give it away. So I always say, like, she has an interesting background. So just ask her about it. But she's also just a plethora of knowledge. Please go reach out to her. And then, hell yes. And then we've got the 40-year-old vegan, David, also on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Please go check him out. He goes live frequently. He does vigils. He does street outreach. He travels and meets other vegans and does street outreach. He is an active activist. So please go follow him. And he chats with his chat, so you can ask him a lot of questions. I'm sure if you reach out to him on other social medias, he'll answer too. But he's just such a great activist that you can straight up interact with. So please go follow David. Yes. And then next we have Stasia, who also does a lot of content. I don't know. I keep asking. Last time I think we talked about you don't really put out a lot of content right now, but you do go on other lives. Yeah. All right. So keep
No,
an
but
eye
I
on
will be.
Stasia.
I will
Here
be.
we
My
go.
content's going to be
That means
blowing
get
up.
prepared to start following now. Yes. But also just a great background to ask questions about and very knowledgeable. She's also on other vegans panels, so you can find her, hear her opinions, hear how she defends the animals, and just learn something from her. You know, she's a great activist. So please go follow her. And then next we have
Thank you.
Axel. Not the least, not the last, but we have Axel. He does call himself bottom tier vegan, but You're not a bottom tier. You're active. You're out there. Bottom tier is doing nothing. You're out there. He does street activism. He does gaming too, where he's just hanging out with his chat. And let's see, what else do you do? You do, I don't know, mostly just street outreach and gaming right now, right? Music. I haven't been watching the music stuff, I guess.
Yeah,
So yeah, the
so
music and bike rides too, going on walks and.
yeah, so the bike rides are kind of going to be taken over as videos. I just released my first video bike ride yesterday. And then I'm coming back to Discord
yes,
outreach.
I didn't mention Discord.
Yeah, Discord. I'm coming back to Discord outreach because I'm working to move to Canada. So I needed to be grinding a whole lot more. And after this, I'm going to be working on music. So yeah, the music will be
That
coming
means
out.
follow him now as well.
And all my music is vegan lyrics from, so it's always going to be vegan driven music.
Love it.
Yeah. And then as far as that, it's just gaming and bike rides, music, and Discord
What do they call it?
outreach
Like
for the
vlogging
time being.
almost. It's like a vlog that people can like relate with you, which is great because
Yeah.
people are curious and it's nice to see how someone who's living in alignment with their own values lives. And that can be a great example for others that are curious about change or, are maybe too scared of change. And then to see it, it's like, oh, it's not that bad. It's actually quite easy. So I do appreciate your live streams for that purpose as well. Like you have this niche of just being able to show people like, look, this is what a vegan lifestyle looks like, or a vegan lifestyle, right? Because there's so many different types, but.
Yeah, next video I will be, because I did a live stream of riding to the Great Salt Lake and back, but it was a terrible bike.
I have that video
and it was-
in a tab. I haven't watched
and
it
so it was my younger brother's bike, and it's just like so small for me, and so it was
You got
just
your knees
such
and your ears.
like I am. It's just like it was such a hard ride to get there and get back and everything. And so I have a bike now that is much more suitable for my size, and so I'll just do a high quality video of the whole ride there and back. And
Axel, what color is the bike? Because we don't know.
Well, my new bike is gray, so it's like a grayish gold. So you gotta...
There's no color.
It's like a grayish gold. So
Hilarious. The lack of color is bleeding into real life. I love it.
I often make jokes that I only see in black and gray now too, because I actually watch you. Like I'm actually watching you in grayscale. Yeah, like it's not just I don't just torture my viewers. I also.
So wait, not to be on Chip's side on this or anything, but are you admitting that black and white is torture? Oh
no, it's not. It's I don't just torture. I follow my philosophy, and like veganism, once people start to realize it's not that bad.
It's too funny. Oh my god. Well, I didn't introduce the actual. Well, actually, he's the top of the list over here. It's opposite on my other screen, so I have to remember that Chip guy. Also on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Please go follow him. He does street outreach a lot. I am honestly inspired by how frequent Chip goes out. I really want to get out there more. And he has such great, strong conversations. I know you've heard this before, Chip, and I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable anyway. But Chip is actually one of the main reasons that I started to do street outreach. There were a couple other vegans that also inspired me, but Chip was a big part of it. I just like that yes, let's go.
Let's go. Thank you.
Also,
Let's
like
go.
one of the smartest vegans out there. Like the dude's
he's
just
always
a brainiac.
trying different tactics, which is so important. And I learn from those tactics. I'm like, oh my God, how have I never thought to phrase it like that? And Chip is just like, I had to think about it for a second. I got there. So
I mean, I get heavily inspired from other activists also.
It is.
You know, that's the
Yeah, we
beauty of it.
inspire
We all
each
learn
other.
from
It's
each other.
huge. So
Yeah.
go check out that Chip guy. He talks to his chat too, so you won't be just lost in the chat like a lot of people do get lost in mine, sadly. But you know, he definitely interacts and will answer any questions you have for him, as long as they're genuine, of course. But please go follow that Chip guy.
And the vegan stoner lady,
Yeah.
our host,
Yes.
because of you, you made a difference
I
today.
mean,
You
it
know,
took
one
a team
person's
on that
gone
one.
vegan,
I'm
and
really
that's a big
honestly
deal.
happy that I had the team here because I don't think I could have done that by myself. So I really do. I thank all of us. I think we all, that was huge. Yeah, that was fantastic.
100%.
Let's see
Final
some
shout
more
out.
channel members. Let's see some more channel members. Likes, share the streams. You know,
I know,
you're almost at
so
1,000. You're
close,
getting
so
up to
close.
1,000.
Well,
Let's
that's why I also
go.
want to do some street outreach because I think that is what people want to see. And it does feel good talking to people face to face because often when you're online, you get a lot of trolls. As you guys know, with Discord, you get the same garbage sometimes of people not being an honest actor. So I do like street outreach, and I think that's where the viewers are as well. So that's why I want to do more street outreach. Like with Total Liberation Now, I don't know if you guys saw that Total Liberation Now went live, and we had a
Yeah.
fantastic day at the park. So now I'm like really inspired to get my Vegan Stoner Lady account at the park so that, you know, we all just need to get more views and get that message out there. I'm just very excited. So
Amazing.
That leads us to our final shout out.
yes,
Anti-animal use.
Thank you so
Total
much.
Liberation Now. Pulling in such high numbers with your streams, like in person, it's nuts.
Well, you know,
You guys are
honestly, I
amazing.
think that the reason why we do have success is because of our diversity and that we kind of like we're able to like rotate. So I do think that gives our channel a little bit of a strength. But yeah, we're just happy to be out there, and we're always happy to see the vegans in the chat. That's what pumps us up. So.
And you guys are so cool with each other, you know?
We
It's
care
like
a lot
you guys
about each
are
other.
always
We'll
just...
protect each other. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting tightly knit for sure. You know, even when we first met and we weren't that tightly knit, we definitely still had each other's backs. So it's just grown since then. So it's been great to be a part of that. But thank you guys for making sure that I promote them too, because we definitely need people to come to those lives and just, you know, be informed. So anyway, with that, I do see.
Yeah.
Oh,
girl, when are you going to be back?
Maybe Friday, because
Friday,
I just actually put the poll up in my group of when we're going to do outreach. So I'm not 100% if it will be Saturday or Friday. But if it's Saturday, then I'll be live on TikTok Friday. But if not, you'll just see me on YouTube on Saturday. So, yeah. Yeah. And after that, I'll be back on Monday, 9 a.m.
Cool.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you all for being here.
Y'all guys.
Yes, you too.
Bye. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Too. Go vegan.
Bye.
Bye. Oh no. All right, there we go. Bye. Okay, YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna make it short because it's my holiday. It's 420. I got to get out of here and get some smoke on. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for keeping it safe. And I hope that you guys had fun with the new Tiny Advocates. I'm excited for it. So, and yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty fun with all the stickers that we had going on. It was exciting. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Savvy, again for buying those memberships. Thank you so much. There should be stickers as well. They're kind of lame, but I made some stickers. I want to make better ones, but you know, for now it's good. Thank you, Allison. I will go 420 Blaze. Thank you. Everyone should go 420 Blaze and go vegan if you're not. Let's go. All right. I'll see y'all later. You guys have a great vegan day, okay? I'll see you later. Oh, the hearts. I love them.